Alright, welcome to Where's My Super Suit episode, is this 8 or 9?
9.
This is episode 9, so we're retitling, and I did that for a purpose, because I can't believe we're at 9 freaking episodes, man.
It's been a good ride, man. It's been a good ride.
I'm shocked, man. 9 episodes in, dude. We're already coming across to episode 10, and I've just been happy. But Phony Toast with the most.
Task1, TASK, and I'm not here right now because I'm actually dead. I passed away from laughing my ass off at the Deadpool movie.
Deadpool movie? There's a Deadpool movie out?
What the hell? You don't know there's a Deadpool movie out? Not just because of your obvious self-promotion there, but like this has got to be the best promoted movie, like comic book movie I've ever seen. Like,
hands down.
And it's crazy because it worked because I said it last week. I said this movie has to be good, and it worked. This is spoiler. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but it's fucking amazing. It's the comic book movie for people who are done with comic book movies. They're sick and tired of them. There's so many of them. If you hear anybody say that, take them to Deadpool because Deadpool understands that, and they mention that throughout the whole movie. There were lines of people like stretched down the block, and I'm like, fuck, this is great. But then I started thinking another thing too. I'm like, damn, does Deadpool need more attention?
I mean, this is
what we already have. We have beanies, we have shirts, we have merchandise. Like, Deadpool's been out here, okay?
Rocking that Deadpool chain.
Before the movie. And you know, I want to talk about Deadpool for a minute because something happened to me this week that kind of pissed me off. And if you know me, it doesn't take a lot to piss me off. I'm one of them angry nerds. Like, no, that's not what it is. Shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about. So there's this thing online, and if you want to chime in, please do. Because I'm literally one of the only people on the planet that can honestly say I own every issue of Deadpool. Like, every one of them. Like, the originals. I got the Agent X's, okay? You don't even know about Agent X. You don't even know Agent like, for those who don't know, there was a time when Marvel was beefing with Rob Liefeld, and Rob Liefeld wanted to check for all the characters that he created. So Marvel being dicks. To be a Marvel fan, you gotta understand they're kind of dicks over there. They are. Marvel was like, well, fuck you. We're just gonna take the same exact concept of your characters, but we're not gonna call them that. So Deadpool became Agent X, Cable became Soldier X, and X-Force became Ecstatics. This was like in the early 2000s, and so that's where that came from. But anyways. So there's this thing going on. People are saying Deadpool is gay.
Deadpool is gay.
They're trying to say that he's gay or pansexual, which I had to do some research. Shout out to my stepdaughter because I was just like, what the fuck is the difference between a pansexual and a bisexual? Because the dictionary doesn't really explain it.
I can tell you just offhand.
Okay.
Bisexual means if you purchase something or buy something for the person, they will get sexual with you. And pansexual is somebody who has sex with pans. Now, there's different kinds of pans.
What kind of pans, though?
Teflon. Non-stick pans. There's, there's wide frying pans. There's like...
I know the wontons. The wontons.
Some people like they get the woks and everything.
Shout out to my Asian dudes making food.
There's a very open world to the pansexual, and Deadpool seems like a Teflon non-stick pan.
Well, yeah, he would fuck with the Teflon.
Yeah, but I mean, you can say the same thing if you're gay. If you're not gay, you'd be like, dude, how can you fuck with a dude? You have to just let the pansexual be the pansexual. Let them have their non-stick Teflon fun. You know what I mean? Sometimes they want a handle grip, sometimes they don't. You know,
well, there's a lot of gripping in the movie, but for real though, he texts me this joke, and I like had nothing to say back to him, and he texts me back. He was like, "I find your lack of response disturbing." I'm like, "So you're not disturbed by what you just texted me, huh?" Okay, word. No, that's all right.
It's a crazy. To me, if you know anything about the character, it's such a crazy suggestion that I can't take it non-sarcastically.
He's not, and but for those for our viewers who don't know, so a bisexual is someone who's into guys and girls. A pansexual, which I believe is some new shit, and you know what I'm talking about. There's like some new shit. What's going on?
What's up, Kev?
A pansexual is somebody who doesn't have a preference, as in they can be into someone who used to be a guy, like someone who's transgendering. They don't. That shit doesn't bother them. And if that's cool. I'm glad I learned that. But Deadpool's not pansexual, okay? He's not. If you know anything about the character, if you know, this is how I tell these new motherfuckers don't know shit about Deadpool, because Deadpool gets so much, for being pretty much a zombie. Deadpool gets a lot of pussy out here. I mean, fuck. Off the top of my head, have you forgotten about Siren? Siren will always have Deadpool's heart. Like, I'm waiting for the current writer to bring in Siren. Because Deadpool will just kill a million people for Siren.
For those who don't know, Siren is the daughter of Sean Cassidy, the Banshee. Mm-hmm. And in the earlier Deadpool books, they had a lot of issues with Siren and Deadpool, where there was a very almost like Wolverine Jean type relationship that had formed between the two. She was very understanding of who Deadpool was.
She was like the only person that was like, no, I'm fucking with Deadpool. Like, everyone didn't like Deadpool. She was the only one that said, and you know, he took his mask off and he was all like, look at me. She just didn't care. And so she will always be the first. You know what I'm saying? So like, there's Siren, there's Copycat, which is she was pretty much Mystique.
Well, Copycat wasn't Copycat. Copycat's actual name is because she was his girlfriend before she was Copycat.
Yeah, before she
was
Copycat.
And then she became Copycat during the time she dated him.
Exactly.
Through, I think, more fucked up circumstances, if I recall, right?
Deadpool has a
and
fucked
he
up
blamed
origin.
a lot of it on him.
Deadpool, if you look into his actual origin, like, it amazes me how many people don't even know his name isn't even Wade Wilson.
Oh, yeah.
His name, that's not even his name. It was some other guy's name.
That he took
T-Rex. Yeah, he took it. It was like T-Ray or
T-Ray.
T-Ray. Yeah, T-Ray. It was T-Ray who was supposed to be like his Joker. That's his name. And like Deadpool like killed him. I thought he was dead and took his whole persona. He's so crazy that he just really thought, "Oh, I'm Wade Wilson," but that's not his name. Anyways, we'll get to that later.
He's Deadpool has definitely got a gallery of ladies. So we went Siren, we went Copycat. Then we can go to
Death.
What's his name? Death is like. That's that
Oh,
girl. That's that girl.
Well, yeah.
Like when you go next to Siren, almost like if we want to do it in order, Death comes second. By the way,
okay.
Death does come second. So yes, Death is on the list. He had another one. He had a comic, and I can't remember her name overall. She was a psychopath.
Was it the one?
He fought with She's in Daredevil's life too.
Yes. Oh,
not Shriek.
No. Oh my God, she wears makeup.
Yes.
Oh my God. What is her name?
She's a psychopath. She goes
Typhoid Mary. Typhoid Mary. Thank you.
Typhoid Mary. Yes.
So what is her name? It's
Typhoid Mary.
Yeah. Typhoid Mary. Okay.
She had a big, and those books were really good. Like right now, because Daredevil has picked up and been good again since Ben Affleck. You know, we buried that whole thing, and we've got the new Daredevil out.
Yes.
If you go and look for the Daredevil Deadpool crossover that involves Typhoid Mary, it's actually a really good book that opens up a lot about Deadpool's character early on.
Yes.
And it's what really starts to establish him, I think, overall as a true anti-hero.
Exactly. And that was when Joe Kelly, who was writing the Spider-Man, that's what makes it so good. If you're reading the Spider-Man Deadpool book right now, go back and read the original Deadpools, because it's the same exact team. It's the same exact team. It's Joe Kelly and Ed McGuinness. That's how Ed McGuinness got put on. He owes his whole career to Deadpool. Like, that was the first shit that he got put on. And it was just as amazing. And Joe Kelly was also writing Daredevil, so it made sense for him to do both of those. That was something that I wish a lot of writers did nowadays.
Right.
that was really big back in the 90s and early 2000s was that if they were writing 2 books, it was nothing for them to cross the characters all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, it just made sense. You know what I'm saying? So nowadays they try to steer away from that. I wish they could go back to it. But anyways,
so I don't know. I think right now they do cross a lot.
I mean, they do cross, but it's not the same writers.
Like, it's a lot of not the same writers. I think we just do a lot of mixing right now.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
Anybody's writing them, so you get a different feel. Where, like you're saying before, you got the same feel of the character.
Exactly.
So it felt like a genuine interaction.
Which another time they did that with Deadpool was when Christopher Priest, one of my favorite writers, where the fuck are you? Anyways, Christopher Priest, who to me is the definitive Deadpool writer. Like, a lot of the stuff that we learned and got from Deadpool came from Christopher Priest. Mm-hmm. And he was also writing Black Panther. And he crossed Deadpool with Black Panther. And I've said this a million times, Deadpool is great with other characters.
Yeah.
That's why I'm hoping, I mean, I'm not going to say anything, but let's just say Fox is going to crank out as many Deadpool movies as they can. They're pretty much replacing Wolverine, which is good because Hugh Jackman doesn't want to play Wolverine no more. I called it a few years ago. I said that, dude, Deadpool will be big, either as big or bigger than Wolverine.
Yeah.
And I think we've reached that point. So I've been saying when they eventually do the inevitable X-Force movie, you know it's coming. When they do the inevitable X-Force movie, give me X-23. Let me get Laura. You know what I'm saying? Let's get X-23 in there.
I think right now with the way the comics are going and everything, I can't see Fox not taking advantage of X-23 because with Deadpool, with them doing good with Deadpool, with them going strong right now with the X-Men movies, there's no reason for them not to continue on and kind of bite Disney a little bit.
Exactly.
They could already say, we're not biting you on the sense that we went rated R first.
Yeah.
We went hardcore
it is really rated R first.
Folks. So when they take the female character, and if they keep her raw, kind of visceral, do the whole, girl power kind of deal and all that stuff, because the book right now is being written really well.
I love it.
I think it's doing great.
I'm mad that I like it. I'm mad that I like this book.
See,
I wanted to hate it. Who the fuck is this chick?
I
we know
figured
X-23.
If anybody, and I said this earlier in the podcast, if anybody should have replaced Logan, it was X-23. It was Laura. Well, I didn't like Dakin. I didn't like that.
Nobody likes Dakin.
Sabretooth coming over.
I don't like what they're doing with Sabretooth.
I don't like good guy Sabretooth. It's almost like it was the only option that they could do, and I'm glad they didn't fuck it up.
Yeah,
I mean it felt right.
Every issue that comes out, if you're really, really quiet, you can just hear the hardcore Wolverine fans screaming in agony. And I understand that. I'm screaming in agony right now for the female Thor, because it's nothing against... To me, that's worse than what they did to Wolverine. Because that's that nigga's name. His name is Thor. So how can you sit here and tell me this is the new Thor? That's his name.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, like, that's kind of a...
Like, what?
The fact that he's not sharing a body or personality with her.
See, that's something I can see.
Where it's not...
I can see if he completely lost. This is some bullshit, because Oda's a bitch ass motherfucker. He do some shit like this. I'm gonna take your powers, and you're gonna be immortal for real this time. Not switching places with a dude. You're gonna really be mortal. And then I'm gonna have you tap the stick, and someone else is gonna get the powers. That to me is some Odin shit, because Odin's a son of a bitch. I mean, look at what he did to Loki. Loki is one of the few villains where I kind of understand why he's a son of a bitch. Like what Odin did was kind of fucked up to him. So it's like Odin does shit like that. So I understand that. Yeah. But anyways, I'm down for X-23. I want more. I'm scared for Fox because I'm looking more X-Men Apocalypse, and I'm just kind of like, this looks cool and all, but after Deadpool, people aren't going to want PG-13 films after this.
I don't even think necessarily the PG-13 is going to hurt as much as I feel that X-Men has already gotten back to the point of oversaturation with X-Men, where they feel like they just need to do it bigger, and and looking at the movie, feels like they're going to try to do too much. And characters that we love are going to be kind of thrown to the wolves in terms of character redesigns. I mean, like, already, I can tell you one of the biggest characters in the thing, being Jennifer Lawrence, I don't like her entire approach to the film. Yeah. The fact that she won't wear the blue, it's too much makeup, it takes time. That's not our problem.
It's not.
It's part of the
It's really
character.
not.
You
It's
know what I
really
mean?
not.
And she's one of the few characters that I hate because she's easy to replace in the sense that the character could look different.
Yes, yeah.
You know what I mean? So
I agree.
having like this Hunger Games representation version of Jennifer Lawrence in a movie where, you know, you're making her such a big character, but she's not true to her character. I mean, it would be like Professor X being a nice person and
That's
not
true.
dicking over people.
That's true.
You know what I mean? That's not who he is. It's like,
I could agree with
look,
that.
dude, I'm a mental manipulator in
Yeah.
every capacity.
That's my power.
Or making Wolverine, or no, making Magneto change his mind and be like super pro-human. You know what I mean? Like, hey, look, dude, I'm all about the human stuff. I'm here to help.
And that's
you
another
know?
thing I'm mad about in the Apocalypse movie. I'm like, Magneto again? Like, dude, can we do a movie without Magneto?
No,
Like,
he's an X-Man. He's an X-Man, dude.
to
You can't
me,
even-
he's not an X-Man. I don't want him. I don't want him to be considered that, because the whole concept of the X-Men are that there are mutants that are trying to take over, that are trying to do shit, and we're here to stop them. Without Magneto, they could take over and take any threat. Like, to me, Magneto is the only mutant threat. Is Magneto. Out of all the mutants, he's the only mutant threat. That's just my opinion. They have plenty of other enemies that are bad. I want to see Mr. Sinister. Where the fuck is Juggernaut for real?
Well, you technically can't have, you know, Mr. Sinister until you start making better movies. So, you know,
I
and
still
those
say
are
they
all-
haven't done a perfect X-Men movie.
I'd
It
say
still
that
hasn't been done.
The closest to me that
It's
they
Deadpool
have
to
is
me.
First, no, I'm saying out of the
Oh,
X-Men
out of
movies.
X-Men.
Out of the X-Men movies, the closest they've had would probably be a toss-up between X2 and First Class. And I only say X2 because they gave it, I feel, a lot more attention in terms of they used the powers fairly well.
Yeah.
Everybody wasn't jumping 20, 30 feet. Like that first scene with Nightcrawler alone was good.
Oh,
they
yeah,
went
well,
Weapon
yeah.
X. You know, and they try to tie other characters back into the universe. They took down the... I mean, it was very... It felt fairly X-Men related.
Yeah.
First Class was a good overall movie. It did a kind of decent job of showing, you know, the relationship between Magneto and Professor Xavier. But then it just felt like Days of Future Past was like, all right, you guys are just trying to do bigger and better, and I get it. And it feels like a little bit of a stretch to tell a story that you're not telling in its entirety. And I think Age of the Apocalypse is going to be the same way. Like, I don't feel if you're not going to break your universe over, like, I want you to kill Xavier in this movie. I want Magneto to take over the X-Men. Like, give me a real Age of Apocalypse, and then give me a new movie, little
Oh,
movie
you
verse
want
out
to
of
do...
it.
I was gonna say, I noticed you said Age of Apocalypse. And I'm like, nah, this ain't the Age of Apocalypse.
Yeah.
Now, but if they did do that, that would be amazing. Now, that's something I would fuck with. And this made me... They made this movie a part 1 and a part 2, where part 1 ends with Legion killing Xavier, and then they go back to the future, the fucked up world of the future, and they have the future characters. That I can fuck
Yeah.
with. That I can see.
And see, I'd be okay with that. Even if they didn't do Legion. Even if you kind of wrote in
Just
something
wrote something up,
You
like
wrote something
Magneto
stupid.
coming.
But to go that hard, and then from here, you move over to the next movie and give us that more rated R. Because you see the success of Deadpool. You give us that dark Age of Apocalypse, that cutthroat. Magneto's in charge. Sabretooth's a better you know, you've changed the world. I think that, you know, the question is Ghost Rider. So hold on, I
Ghost
gotta
Rider
answer
is
this.
always relevant. The
No,
fuck?
he's not.
The fuck? What the hell? Ghost Rider is that dude? That's okay. That's okay. Here's what's happening. Let me break something down to y'all right now. Here's what's going down right now. Marvel, the next step for Marvel, they're gonna start doing this the supernatural side of the Marvel
Yes.
universe. I mean, they have the rights to Daredevil. Doctor
Absolutely.
Strange. They have the rights to Blade, and they have the rights to Ghost Rider. We can get a fucking Midnight Suns movie. I'm like, dude, throw in Man Thing. That's the fucking
You know what's
Midnight
really
Suns.
funny? And nobody ever talks about it. There was a Ghost Rider movie.
Oh no, there wasn't. They didn't make 2 Ghost Riders movies starring Nicolas Cage.
You know, Cage.
They didn't know. That never happened. That never happened. Do you know what I'm thinking? That I'm like, I'm looking at the movies coming out and stuff, and I'm like, I think Marvel is being sneaky as fuck right now. Marvel movies. I think we're gonna get an Illuminati movie, bro. Think
Really?
about it. Think about it.
Which Illuminati team?
I'm saying
Because you know they changed the Illuminati in the comic books.
this
right?
is true. Exactly. This is what I'm saying. I'm thinking it's gonna be Iron Man, Panther, Strange, Black Bolt, and I'm thinking they're probably gonna throw in maybe Bruce to replace Reed.
Take out Reed.
Okay.
And I'm going to say you're also going to take out Tony. Because I think they're going to do away with the current Tony right now. So I don't know who else we're going to see come in. But you got to think, Tony, movie-wise,
yeah,
Tony's coming to the end of that line, pretty soon. He's already talking about not doing more movies.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So
they got to do something.
Who do you think else? Let's say we had to... I like the other ones. Black Panther, because he's coming into the movie base right now. Panther Strange.
Black Bolt.
Black Bolt.
Captain Marvel. Carol?
That could be kind of interesting.
Carol?
Or do you think they're going to put Steve on the team?
Rogers,
because he
is
was
gonna die.
He was there for a bit.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right, but I don't think so. Because Rogers wouldn't be for that. Like, he wasn't in the original. Like, he was like, fuck this. What the fuck? But then he did come back for the second one, so... I don't know, man. I think we can do Illuminati. I think they can do Illuminati, and I think they're just slowly getting in there. Hey, fuck it, dude. They could put fucking Star-Lord on the fucking thing. Star-Lord could do that. He could just report from space.
Yeah,
like,
I can see that.
Star-Lord, Star-Lord became that nigga in like a few years. Like, they completely changed him.
On it? Rocket Raccoon. Because he's always wanted to blow shit up. You gotta have that perspective.
I wouldn't be against
You gotta have that perspective.
I would fuck with it. I would fuck with it. My only problem with Rocket is that why would he care about Earth? That was my only thing, was that why would he give a shit?
Well, you gotta remember the Illuminati, they were primarily Earth, but, things expand.
Well, yeah,
I
definitely.
think right now,
Well, yeah, definitely. So that's why Star-Lord would be a better fit.
Yeah, I know. That's just
that'd be dope, though. That would be dope.
I like this mud ball. What can I say?
I can hear him saying that. But I'm looking forward to it. Did you see? Okay, go ahead.
Real quick, back on Deadpool.
Yeah,
One thing that I said about Deadpool from jump is that Ryan Reynolds, and I think this is probably one of the best castings for a character.
Yes.
Since Robert Downey Jr. for Iron Man.
Agreed.
Where you have a character like, when you think Robert Downey Jr. and you think Tony Stark, rich, millionaire, playboy.
Yes.
On both counts. And that's perfect. When you think Ryan Reynolds, you'd immediately go to Van Wilder.
Annoying.
You go to,
like,
what is the movie? Oh, dang it.
Which one?
The one where he did the restaurant shit.
Oh, Waiting.
Yes. You think of Waiting. Think of that character who's just freaking hilarious.
Another cool thing about the Deadpool movie, he pretty much makes references to all the Ryan Reynolds movies. Like, I had to tell my girlfriend what he meant a few times. Because, like, he'll say something, and if you never watched the movie, you wouldn't get it. Yeah. Like, you'd be like, wait, what? And I had to say, like, a few people were laughing, and a few people were, and they're like, what? I had to explain to her, no, that's a reference to one of Ryan Reynolds' movies. He pretty much references, like, almost all of his films in the movie, which is fan-fucking-tastic. Another thing I didn't know about Deadpool, Deadpool and Ryan Reynolds, I mean, I knew that but something a lot of people don't know, they're both Canadian. Excuse me. Ryan Reynolds' first movie came out the same year and month as Deadpool's first appearance.
Yeah.
I didn't know that shit. I'm like, dude, it's almost like this dude was like meant to be fucking Deadpool. And he plays it very, very well. This is the movie that comic book fans have been waiting for. I finally get Colossus. Thank you, Lord Jesus. It took y'all motherfuckers 16 years to get Colossus right.
Why did the X-Men movies feel like they held back so much with this character? Like, to the point where they even pushed him out of a fight. I can help you. You'll sit this one out. We don't have the budget.
But that's the thing. Exactly.
What the hell is that?
It makes sense. I honestly think they chose Colossus on purpose because they were just like, dude, look, like, we fucked this up.
I thought you were going to say Russian voices are funny. But
Russian voices are funny. But the thing is, the Russian voice, the guy that got to do the Russian voice, it didn't seem forced. It sounded like how I would believe Colossus would sound.
Okay.
The guy who played Colossus, he's CGI, of course, but the guy that voiced Colossus in the acting, and he was still Colossus because Colossus is like polite. He's like not the mean guy. Like he has all this power and destruction, but he's still kind of holding back on things. And
Peter Rasputin, he's good guy. He is kind. He pets the puppy.
Or released a Deadpool for next gen consoles. Oh, are you
money.
kidding? Money. You know how many
That's-
people still don't know that game came out?
Yeah, because it was. We talked about this last time. It's a 50-50 game, meaning it's half of it's really good in terms of the written dialogue, the cutscenes, things of that nature. The other half, which is the fighting, which is what you spend a lot of time doing, sucks.
Yeah,
terribly.
it's
It's a
not good.
terrible fighting engine. It's choppy. It's slow. It doesn't really. It's easy.
It's extreme.
it's-
You can play it in a day, in like a good 4
Yeah.
or 5 hours.
Yeah.
You can beat it easily.
But with the movie coming out, it's almost like, oh crap.
this makes sense.
Nobody bought onto it for a game because the last game was so bad. So as
and here's
a
the
result,
thing: it worked. Like it's already officially sold more than the other one.
yeah.
Like-
and if the first one would have came out for $20, it would have been a much better game too, because that's all it
Exactly.
would have been worth, really. So this time around, like you said, they're doing a little smarter. So good stuff to
It
them.
makes sense. But
stuff to them.
Deadpool, go see it. Go see it multiple times. I honestly think that from a business standpoint, you can't go back. And I've said this a million times. You can't go back. So I'm thinking Marvel or at least Fox to at least compete, because let's be honest, Superman Batman is gonna pwn shit. Like it's gonna do really really well.
Yeah, they'll get numbers.
It's gonna do
They're
really
gonna
really
get
well.
numbers.
Like
Whether
that's-
it'll be a good film or not doesn't
it
matter.
almost doesn't
really,
even matter. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't even
They'll
matter
get
if it's
numbers.
a good movie.
They'll get enough numbers to make more.
It doesn't have to be a good movie, and that's where I almost think they will fail, because let's be honest, it doesn't need to be good. Like
Yeah.
so, there's not that sense of urgency.
It probably won't be good.
We'll see either way, but to me, this is just my opinion. If Fox wants to compete, I say go the rated R route with all your movies. It's
All of them, huh?
successful. It's successful. I mean, they said Deadpool at first was gonna. They said about 40, 50. It's about to do 120 and 30 million this weekend. Like I'm telling you, I went to go see it. There was lines out the door. They didn't
Yep.
think they projected it because it's a rated R movie. So they're just like, oh, no one's gonna take it. There were fucking hella kids there. Hell, me and my girlfriend, we brought 4 or 5 kids with us. Our stepdaughter brought 2, 3 of her friends, like from high school. Like we're in a different age where these kids watch these movies anyway. So it's like no one really cares. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to do well. Matter of fact, the kids went to go see it with their dad today.
Interesting.
And he had set up to do 2:30 tickets, and they were sold out. He was like, "Fuck, we can't go to like 5 o'clock." They were sold out the next 2-3 showings.
Yeah.
I told them, I was like, "You need to buy them in advance." Trust me, they didn't do it. So
My
they're
theater
wait.
was almost the theater that I'm going to tomorrow was almost full, and I
Yeah.
purchased those tickets 10 days ago.
I believe it. I absolutely believe it. I absolutely 100% believe that.
10
It
days
was
ago,
packed
and
when
the
I went
place
there.
was almost full. When I purchased the tickets, I had to find like specific seats at that point. I
Yeah.
couldn't just sit, anywhere.
Y'all gotta have to show up early. We showed up an hour and a half early, and we barely got seats. It was people have been waiting for this.
Studio Movie Grill. assigned
Oh,
seats.
this mother! Whoa! You gonna do for Valentine's Day? That's how you
Yeah,
gonna do
that's
it.
how I'm gonna do it.
My nigga.
That's-
Okay, all right. That's how it's
Eight-
done. That's how
8-year
it's done.
anniversary too.
Oh,
you know
okay.
what I'm saying?
Word up.
So
Word
we-
up. Congratulations.
We in there for 8 years.
Congratulations.
You know what I'm saying?
Congrats.
8 years, a baby later. And one of the funny things is when we first met, one of the things I got her to do was read Cable Deadpool, which is
Nice.
a series that was going on at the
Cable
time.
Deadpool is the shit.
And
I'm
she
mad they turned
understood.
it. I'm mad they turned it to Deadpool Cable now. 'Cause
Yeah.
it doesn't sound the same. It doesn't
doesn't.
sound the same
It
as
doesn't.
Cable Deadpool.
It
It
doesn't.
needs to be Cable Deadpool. But Stephen Lang, who I've been campaigning, he is on his Twitter shit. He has started a hashtag Stephen Lang for Cable. They trying to get these sequels popping. If y'all don't know who Stephen Lang is, if you've seen the Avatar movie, he was the old dude, the general that had the scar. He just Google him, Stephen Lang. You look at this motherfucker and tell me he's not Cable. Tell me he's not Cable. He's old. He has platinum hair, and he has military training. Like he was a general. Like I'm like, dude, this is fucking Cable. So he's campaigning for that, and
He should be.
he should be.
I
Because
mean, after that Avatar performance was Cable. The whole.
yeah, if you
the whole
watch that
time.
movie, I'm telling you, watch that movie and tell me that's not
I almost
Cable.
want to cut splice it into like Deadpool later. You know, when the movie finally comes out, splice them in.
No, seriously. And you know there's going to be Avatar jokes. If they pull that off. If they pull that off and get him, Stephen Lang, to play Cable in a future movie with Deadpool, like...
Leave the blue ones alone!
Like, I can just hear Deadpool making pot shots.
God,
you know what I'm saying?
Time.
I'm not going to spoil anything, but one thing I do want to say that happened in the movie that had me weak was that, you know, Colossus and the Negasonic Teenage Warhead girls in the movie, and Deadpool is rolling around with them, and he tries to call the X-Mansion, and Colossus answers again, and Deadpool's like, damn, I only run into you two as X-Men. It's almost like the movie theater ran out of money for the rest of the team or something. Like, it's just the whole movie's like that, and
to have a character fourth wall a movie.
That's what I'm saying.
It's got to feel different. So we're excited about the movie. It will be good. We'll probably do a later review episode on it, but you know, no spoilers. We'll give you at least like a week to go see the movie. So go see it. Do that, or Wade will kill you. So just realize that he's a merc. Yeah, or Wade will. I mean, in Wade we trust.
Well, one thing that they did that I was concerned about for the movie, but I'm glad they did do right. He's not slapsticky throughout the whole thing. Because if you know anything about Deadpool, there's a whole point to his character. Yeah. Like, he's a man fighting against himself. Is he crazy? Is he a good guy?
Yes.
Is he a bad guy?
Yes.
Exactly. Even he doesn't know, and the readers and watchers don't know. Like, you don't know what he is. And that's something that he fights with in the movie, and I thought that was good.
And that's good. I like that. I'm very happy about that. That is pretty, that's pretty awesome.
Oh, by the way, did you see the new Batman Superman trailer?
I did.
What did you think?
I thought it was a better trailer.
I'm mad. I'm like, why didn't y'all show this first?
I'm like,
whoa.
I think it's a better trailer, and I think here's where they messed up.
Okay.
I think DC, by going and releasing the other longer trailers,
you
gave us a peek. Not just you showing too much. You gave us a peek how shitty the movie's actually going to be. So this trailer, where you cut a lot of that stupid shit out, like, you didn't give us the Lex that you gave us in the longer cutscene movies, which I know I'm not going to like that. Yeah, exactly.
That part right there got to me. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
I mean, to me, it's like, how has Bruce Wayne not already pimp slapped Lex to death just by being another billionaire in the same room? Like, you are the kid that wouldn't be at the party. You were the weirdo that nobody would trust in the first freaking place. You know what I mean?
I'm mad at the missed opportunity of that being the Riddler. I'm like, how is that not just the Riddler? But that leaves time, because I want Neil Patrick Harris to play the Riddler. To me, he would be perfect. But anyways,
that trailer to me,
I'm concerned. It looks great. But I'm kind of concerned about something.
I think it looked great as just a trailer, not as a great movie.
Well, yeah. Well, you can't judge a movie by trailers. We know that by now.
No, but I'm saying specifically.
Yeah.
Because they, like what you were saying, is they didn't give that to you first. So specifically, it looks like it took you guys 3+ trailers just to get the trailer right.
But that's what I'm saying.
Not like a good demonstration of the movie.
It's been easily... Here's my problem. It's been easily more than 3 trailers. There's been like 6 or 7 trailers for this fucking movie since they first announced it.
Absolutely.
And that's my first concern. My second concern is, damn, it's like less than a month for this movie to come out. Like, y'all niggas still releasing trailers? And I'm just kind of like... Who does that? Like it's less than a month before the movie drops, and you're still putting out new footage.
The feeling I get from it almost is like, are you guys out there rushing right now and like literally cutting up? We need less of Lex. Just cut this fucker out.
Well, they've already explained that, I guess, in the original version of the movie. Because let's be honest here, we completely forgot this was Superman's movie. This was Superman's movie. Originally, this was the Man of Steel sequel.
It was supposed to be Superman presents Batman and the Justice League.
But no. At first, it was a Superman sequel. First, it was Man of Steel featuring Batman. Then it became Versus Batman. Then it became, this is the prequel to the Justice League. Then it became, this is just Batman's movie. And like... There's hella footage of Superman. I guess they cut out. I'm hoping they include it in the version that's gonna come out on Blu-ray. I'm just kind of like, how y'all just gonna boot Superman off of his own fucking movie? It doesn't make sense to me. But anyways, that's just my opinion. That's me. Well, we'll see. But the scene where Batman was fighting, I'm like, wow, y'all motherfuckers play the hell of Arkham Knight. He moves like the Batman character in the video game.
He is like, that's what they did. And they probably were just like, hey, look, dude, if we
Like, why don't we just do that?
hey, if we kick the graphics up to 4K, right? This is why the PC version didn't work. You needed a movie studio quality PC to run it. Is once they did that, they just kind of played the game.
Yeah.
They're just like, look, we did that whole scene with the controller, you know, and we're all right. But I already don't like something about it.
Go
And I
ahead.
can tell you.
Go ahead.
When Superman punches at Batman,
And
right?
he blocks it.
and he blocks it. This says one of a few things.
Okay, what's that?
A, Bat's got some kryptonite.
He has
B,
to.
Superman gets much weaker, much quicker outside of the sun.
Okay.
C, Batman should have never lost a fight in his fucking career having armor like that. Because
This is true. This is
seriously, that's like, you know,
This is absolutely true.
That's pretty ridiculous. Or it says this will reach on every area that it like. This movie's gonna reach in ways that you won't even fathom for some sort of explanation to why this fight fucking occurred.
Well, I'm
Because-
concerned. I'm concerned because I'm like, okay, so he's gonna block the punch. That's cool and all, but like Superman has like a million other powers he can still fuck you up with. So I'm kind of like, I'm hoping there's more to it.
Essentially, yeah. Because it's like, really, if he didn't just go from that to fly up and
Just
melt
I
his
beam
suit,
you from space.
yeah, like is he? I mean,
I know I'm
it's
gonna
a
have a hard
versus
time.
concept for a movie.
I know
in my
I'm just
opinion.
gonna have a hard time buying it.
It's
I know I've read too many Superman books. I know I'm just gonna have a hard. It's just like him snapping necks. Like I'm having a hard time buying this. I have to agree with what Dan Slott said on his Twitter because everyone's like, he didn't have a choice. He didn't have a choice. No, Superman does have a choice. That's what makes him Superman. I have to agree with Dan Slott on this.
Yep.
He said there are hella characters with the same powers as Superman. What separates Superman from them? He finds a way.
Yeah.
That's what separates him. That's what makes him Superman. Him snapping that motherfucker's neck made him just the same as everyone else.
Yep.
And I was like, that's what it was. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know how to word it. But that is it right there.
That's
him
true.
snapping motherfuckers' necks made him just like Apollo, made him just like Mr. Majestic, made him just like Hyperion.
Well, and just like we were talking about Batman the other week, where if you make a Batman who is willing to kill, that takes away from the character. And if
Seriously.
you look at the Christian Bale Batman that they've been developing for the past 5 years, remember the very first fucking Batman movie? The entire reason he separates from Ra's al Ghul is because killing makes him just like them.
Just like them.
Just like there's no separation
That's
once you
what-
cross that line.
But that's the thing
And-
that makes Superman and Batman different from other superheroes. You're talking to we're
Yeah,
two
yeah,
Marvel heads,
yeah.
and even we are in agreement in this. Like this is what separates him from Captain America. This is what because Captain America will shoot you.
Yeah, Cap is a soldier. He don't give a
but
shit.
he's a soldier, so that's okay.
He don't-
Batman's
he don't
not
care.
like that. That's something I'm a Cap nerd. I'm a Cap dude to the death. But I place Batman above Cap just for that. Just for that, because Batman's willing to do that. I salute where it's due. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he
And to
takes
me,
that longer route.
to me, to take that away makes him no different than Cap.
Yeah.
So that makes me be like, well, this is fucking bullshit. Well, that's just bullshit. And DC's resetting their universe to make it more like the movies. I don't want to read a Batman that kills. I don't want to read that. Like, I'm just like, I'm not interested in this at all.
Yeah.
Like, that's not what I like. That's not
That's
what I'm into.
it would be great if
If
it
that's the
just
case, then he needs to kill Joker. If that's the case, if Batman's the killer, then Joker needs to be dead. I think we can all agree on that. Then Joker needs to just be murked.
I can see that. I can see that because Joker has had it coming for
too long.
for way too long.
For too
And
long.
The fact that Joker has done so much and Batman hasn't killed him speaks to his character type.
Right.
And like you said, that's his oldest, longest running villain, his most popular villain. And like you said, once he goes that other route, once he starts killing, he becomes an easier character.
Agreed.
He becomes a much easier character
Agreed.
because it's like, look, Batman gets to jump on people a lot of the time,
Yeah.
and he has to make decisions where, yeah, if I just shot you in the face, I could also go save the person.
Right.
But the fact of the matter is, I have to go save the person. You have to get away.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. And that's what makes him such a great
I don't know.
character.
I don't like that. I don't like that approach to either Batman or Superman.
No, yeah, I understand DC and DC's trying to be more. We're more hardcore than Marvel. That's fine. You could do that without having your main characters murk people. Wonder Woman murks people. There you go. That's your hardcore edge right there. Aquaman a spear motherfucker in a second.
Yeah.
Like there.
Aquaman spear him on Trident and carry him around the ocean.
That's what I'm saying. Like that. There's your two people who murk right there.
And you picked the Dothraki to play one, so I mean, what the hell?
So
you guys should have known that.
So
I mean, you got to give Aquaman something.
They don't kill, man. And I tell people, and now you're gonna make me get specific. I tell people, don't make me get specific. So let's get specific. Action Comics number 775. Probably my favorite comic book ever, written by Joe Kelly.
Okay.
Probably it's called "What's So Funny About Truth, Justice, and an American Way." This is probably my favorite comic of all time. I recommend everyone go and pick it up. It pretty much came out when The Authority was big.
Okay.
The Authority is big, so now characters that kill a bunch of characters are in. So basically, Superman is just sitting in his room, and some bad guys show up, and Superman comes to like stop them. But then the bad guys punch Superman and knock him out, and then these new superheroes come and just kill them. And so Superman wakes up, and all the bad guys are dead. He's like, what the fuck? And so all these events that are happening all around the world, Superman's flying over there fast as he can, and they're already dead. And Superman's like, what's going on? So finally, he creates a fake distress, and and those heroes show up, and they're like, yo, I can't believe it, it's Superman, yo. And Superman's like, who the fuck are you guys? And they're pretty much the Authority. Like, you can tell when you watch it. You're like, they're pretty much the Authority. Matter of fact, have you seen the cartoon Superman versus the Elite?
Yeah, I was gonna
That's
say.
what it was. That's what it was.
Yeah.
It was so great they made it a cartoon.
Yeah.
So basically, what happens is Superman's like, "Yo, I appreciate what you guys are doing, but why are you killing them?" And they're like, "Oh, because we're better than you. We're better than you." So basically, Superman has to fight these guys, and they fuck him up like pretty badly. And then Superman says, "Oh, I get it. Like I don't have to hold back against you guys." So Superman fucks them up so badly, you think that he kills them. But then he just says, no, I didn't kill them. I just fucked them up so badly they wish they're dead. But I don't kill. You know why? Because I'm fucking better than you. And they're like, we'll be back. And he says, I'll be right here. And just flies off. To me, that's fucking Superman. That's Superman saying, I'm better than all of you. I don't need to kill. I can. But I won't. And that's what makes me better than you.
See, I think he should have just snapped all of their necks. Right, one by one. He should have rounded up a few families, right, brought them over, and just snapped each neck in front of a different woman and child.
It's in front of a different child.
Just a different child.
Just show up at people's house.
That's what he should do with every villain. Like, he should take him to people's house.
Oh, shit. I don't mean to get passionate about this, but that shit just upsets me.
Yeah.
Superman has too many powers to result to neck snapping. He has too many powers.
Super neck snapping.
Snapping
that's
niggas'
the power. The super neck snap.
Super neck snap.
See, what he does is he engages his muscles to lock in a way that is super. Because human muscles can't just snap necks that easily.
I'm just
but his
saying,
super
man.
Kryptonian muscles,
I'm just saying. I'm like, dude, Paul Kent didn't die for this. Okay? Paul Kent didn't sacrifice himself for the fucking Cyclone. But you just be snapping niggas' necks. Anyways,
question. Hold on. If Superman is from another planet, then why the fuck is he white? I'm gonna give you an answer to this. It's because it's a white planet.
Yes.
There are
no black Kryptonians.
No. Yes, there are. You don't read Earth. You don't read Earth 2 Society.
Oh,
that's DC canon.
So hold on.
In reality,
let's explore this.
Hold on.
Let's explore this.
Hold on.
Okay.
In reality,
is
Krypton has been written as a planet that is very human-like. There have been other Elseworlds where they've even written Earth to eventually, over time, become Krypton. Mm-hmm. And basically, Krypton is a future version of Earth. And Superman's spaceship doesn't actually go travel through the universe.
It goes in time.
It goes back in time and almost restarts itself. It's almost like a cycle of, planetary things. Because Krypton is like way, way later, hence the advanced technology, yada, yada, yada. But at the same time, they've also multiple times stated that the L's are white people. Mm-hmm. There are other houses on Krypton that have other races of other types of people. Mm-hmm. But,
I basically have a fear of a white planet, but
Fear of a White Planet.
you know, it's funny that you said the Earth 2 has a black Superman.
They do.
So they allow black Kryptonians, but not in this reality. In this reality, you can't have black Kryptonians.
And then you're on the second Earth, brother. You ain't on the first Earth. Just remember that, all right? You in the back Earth. You in the back Earth, nigga.
What a sly diss to black people. What a subtle diss to black people. Like, yeah, you want to be, you, the brother, you want to be Superman? You going to be Superman on Earth 2, motherfucker. You ain't going to be Earth 1. No, not Earth 1. Earth 2.
Earth 2.
You will always be number
homie.
2.
Back of the Earth. You use the Earth around the back side. You can't go through the front door.
It also goes to the NBA with fucking, you know, why you think white dudes are so good at fucking shooting threes? Because they give the white man a chance over the black man, and it gives them that one extra point. So the black man always know.
Yep.
Always know. Can always get that 1 point.
That's funny.
That one extra point.
That's funny.
But I'm scared for Batman versus Superman because I'm fearing that they're showing us too much. And you just kind of have to ask, why are you showing us all this?
Because it's a bad movie.
That's what I'm
because
getting
the
with
movie,
it.
I feel, and you've kind of built to this, I think, over time, and that's the movie overall has been pieced apart so much. Where you had the idea for a Superman movie, then they had the idea for a Batman movie, then they had the idea for a intro movie. Then now currently it's sitting at Dawn of Justice, meaning this is the introduction to the Justice League. Okay. We've seen Doomsday looking creature. We've seen a new Lex Luthor, which is a change in his character is almost like a change in the whole feel of the darkness of the series right now. Ben Affleck, who's ruined another favorite superhero, who we've watched make a comeback, is now playing Batman in a different Batman.
He looks
We've
great, though.
watched Superman be... He looks all right. I mean, he looks like he's wearing papier-mâché bat suit, which I don't know why you're this late in your career. You have an armor that can stand up to Superman, and you have the shittiest looking regular bat suit ever.
Why is he old? I don't understand the point.
Yeah, why are we getting all these too old for this shit Batman?
Why is he
It didn't
old?
work in the last movie. Why would it work in this movie?
I don't understand why he's old. Like, I need someone to explain, other than them trying to fit him into the Dark Knight Frank Miller stuff. And that's the case. I still think they needed an older guy to play it. But, like, he's supposed to be old and retired. I don't understand the point of that. Yeah. Especially if they're going to be making more movies. Yeah. I'm like, I don't understand that. I'm hoping that we get a Batman Beyond movie.
You know, I am and I'm not. And here's why. Okay. Have you been reading Batman Beyond at all? In
the current book?
The current book. Okay. If you did, you'd probably be like, you know what? I want you to stay away from that for a while. Just please don't come over here for a while. What you're doing right now, what they're doing with
Terry?
No, it's not Terry. It's Tim Drake.
Shut the fuck up!
I shit you not.
Batman, hold on, son, fam. So you're telling me
they've gone beyond Terry? I'm telling you.
DC, what the fuck is wrong with you?
They've beyond Terry. Terry is dead.
Nigga.
He died like a year ago, so I'm not spoiling recent shit.
Fam. Well, thank you, because I ain't reading that shit. What the fuck?
And there's a reason why you don't read none of that shit.
Yeah.
DC is fucking up.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
It's crappy.
No, seriously,
and
what the fuck?
Not only this, but here's the worst part about it. Batman Beyond is technically in the future where he's from, but it's fucked up. But it's not Batman Beyond now. It's Tim Drake with an older Barbara Gordon and a brother eye enemy that they've already beaten.
But I thought Batman Beyond, they turned him to a multiverse. Like, it's not even our DC's future.
We don't even know anymore because he converged it. He came into Convergence and all this other shit. And
fuck's sake.
Yeah, and I think Tim Drake is in there like twice now. Because I think he's also on Earth 2 is Tim Drake too, right?
Well Earth 2 is another multiverse. So it's like...
Because Earth 2 is Tim Drake though, right?
Yeah, Earth 2 Batman is Tim Drake.
Yeah, Earth 2 Batman is Tim Drake. So Tim Drake now is Batman Beyond. He's Red Robin. And he is, what's it called? Batman.
And he's Batman.
On Earth 2. So, right now I can tell you, I wouldn't want anything to do with Batman Beyond right now. I would want to be beyond Ben Affleck. Because I don't know why, like you said, I don't know why we're playing too old for this shit Batman. That is stupid. You know,
I mean, well,
that's part of his superpower.
part of my I'm vision. I'm phasing in and out.
Yeah, he phases the lot. He can't control it. He didn't have his Wheaties this morning. You know how it is.
Here's the reason why I'm looking forward to Rebirth. They need to fix some shit. I think Batman Beyond that needs to be fixed. What the fuck is that? Teen Titans. Can y'all fix Teen Titans?
Oh.
Teen Titans has been unreadable since the relaunch. I'm like, how did y'all fuck this up? Like, I'm just so confused. Like, Jeff Johns gave you guys the blueprint, and then you guys just say, you know what, we're gonna take that, we're gonna do something else with it.
Yeah.
It's just like, what the hell is this? Like, it's been unreadable. Has Wonder Girl even met Wonder Woman? Does she have any ties to her?
There's technically like she's tied to the pantheon of gods, but not to Wonder Woman. So Donna Troy, who they've recently tried to bring back again, has ties to Wonder Woman again, but different ties.
That just doesn't make sense.
They've rewritten all these characters. They've thrown away characters. DC is all over the place, and I think their comic book universe right now is going to be the representation of what we're going to see in this movie. And when they reboot their comic book universe, I think we're going to see a little bit of rebooting in the movies, because right now, everything I see them doing in this movie is just going to be convoluted. It's going to be thrown together, and it's going to feel awkward. You know, and Ben Affleck sucks. So, and no offense, I get a lot of people are saying, hey, he's matured over the years, blah, blah, blah. He's still very one-directional. If you watch, if you go through the trailers and watch him, he's a very different Batman. Like, this too old for this shit, Danny Glover-ish Batman of, like, you know,
Speaking of which, did you hear that they're doing a Lethal Weapon show?
Really?
They're doing a Lethal Weapon show.
Awesome.
And they just cast him, Murtaugh. Damon Wayans.
Really?
Yes, that's official. I was against it until I saw Damon Wayans. I'm like, all right, I will watch that.
All right.
I didn't mean to interrupt you, but since you brought that up. But, you know, we get Lethal Weapon and we're getting Rush Hour to show, so.
I don't know about Rush Hour, but Lethal Weapon with Damon Wayans should be funny.
That should be funny. That should be funny.
But,
I don't like the Bat voice. I don't like the, I thought she was with you. What the fuck is
why
that?
did he bring that over? But not only that, but why does he sound like damn near the same when he's Bruce Wayne? Like, he sounds all aggressive and angry and shit when he's Bruce Wayne. Like, damn it, Clark, I don't like you. I'm Batman. I mean, Bruce Wayne. And then Lex Luthor comes over.
Batman, dude. That part, I'm like, no. I understand that this is a younger Lex. I will bite that. I will bite that. This is younger Lex, but he's still Lex Luthor. He's still Lex.
You know, it's almost like, remember the Lex Luthor at Smallville? Like,
yes.
That's younger Lex that I believe.
No, he was perfect.
You know, that's younger Lex that was believable. He worked for the series. I don't, like I said, Lex, Ben, to me are kind of just already no-goes. Like, I think Ben's going to reinvent the Bat in a way that DC fans are going to try to forgive him for and be like, well, it's his Bat. And it's like, no, Batman's a character that really people just haven't got right overall. We're like, Bale was a good, I think, Bruce Wayne, but he wasn't the best Batman. Yeah. Keaton, I think, did a good job as Batman, but he wasn't a good Bruce Wayne.
Yes.
Clooney and Kilmer suck.
They don't exist.
You know, and I think that, you know, if you go back in the day, another fun Batman like Adam West Batman, it was a fun but different style of Batman.
But in that time, Batman was like that. Batman was more happy-go-lucky in that time, so it fit for the time.
So right now, I think that you've given us this dark Batman, which to me automatically goes younger Batman.
Yeah.
Where, you know, you're taking those bigger risks because you're young. Too old for this shit, Batman doesn't take a risk fighting a fucking alien overlord type being that he knows nothing about.
Right.
And like you say, so you guys met when Batman was like 50 and like about to retire or some shit?
It doesn't make sense. And so how you gonna make a franchise out of a character who's retired?
Oh.
I just don't understand why he had to be old.
And Wonder Woman's young too.
And that's what I'm saying. So everyone's gonna be young because the Flash is gonna be young too, and Vic Stone's gonna be young too. So that's why I'm just.
And Batman's gonna be like.
Now let's talk about the DC movies for a little bit. If they were smart,
which they're not. Sorry.
Jon Stewart would be Green Lantern. It wouldn't be Hal.
I'd agree. Hal's the most boring. Sorry, he even
problem.
put cough in my mouth.
I was gonna say,
Yeah, I coughed because I was like, Hal. But Hal is the most boring Green Lantern in my opinion
Agreed.
overall. I would much rather see if they didn't go with John, Guy or Kyle. You
They're
know
not
what I
gonna do
mean?
Kyle. They're not gonna do
I
Kyle.
think-
I'm mad. But I've accepted that they're not gonna do Kyle. I've accepted that. I will accept that. If they're smart, they would do Jon Stewart, and if they were really smart, because I was thinking about this, DC would do the Authority.
DC will not do the Authority.
Let me
because
tell you
it's
why.
Too smart.
Let me tell you
It's too
why.
smart.
Think about it. We have a different group that can actually go up against the JLA. We have diversity. Because Swith is Asian. And they'll probably make Engineer black
and
or
they can
like
cast her as a
Dominican.
British white girl.
That's what I'm saying, Dominican or something, you know. They're gonna go with the Arabic doctor.
No,
They'll go Arabic doctor.
I hope not.
They will go
Give
Arabic
me my
doctor.
druggie.
No, they're gonna go Arabic
Give
doctor.
me my
It sucks.
druggie. Give me my druggie.
But here's another thing. Gay superheroes. Do you understand? Do you
Wait,
understand?
Who's gay on there?
Shut the fuck up.
Oh, my bad. They actually write it well, and I don't always notice, and they don't rub it in like
Exactly,
Iceman.
exactly.
I'm sorry, my bad.
But
Continue.
gay
Yes.
superheroes.
Yes.
Do you understand? I'm shocked Marvel hasn't done this yet.
Well, because you can't keep up.
Gay superheroes. I'm like, do you understand that this will fucking sell like a motherfucker? That the lesbian gay community is so powerful that they're willing to convince themselves that Deadpool's gay. Just so they can relate to him. And they're like, and even the creator, Fabian Nicieza, was like, Deadpool's not gay, he's just crazy. It's like, they're like, oh, but he was like threatening to kiss a guy. He has not been in a relationship with a man. It has not happened.
Well, here's one thing that I would be scared of in that situation.
Okay.
It's so big right now.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't want them to try to over expand on it and mess it up. Meaning that they start to try to say, well, let's not just hit the, I know they're gay and they love each other, but let's make their relationship more complicated. Let's make one of them have sex with Teflon pans or whatever that thing was earlier. Pansexual. Let's make one of them pansexual. Let's make one of them pansexual. And then you overcomplicate. They start to overcomplicate the characters.
I can agree
and
with that.
that's what I would worry about is that, you have these characters who at the time, them being gay was a bigger thing, yada, yada, yada. But now it's like, it almost would feel like DC, like they would do with a movie like Dawn of Justice, where they overcomplicate, just start adding. It would be like, well, let's hit the LGBTOYL, whatever the acronyms are, community, and we'll make Apollo, let's put his long hair and make him more feminine, and then we'll make, Midnighter ultra pansexual, so you can't really tell the difference. It's like, I wouldn't want them to try to overchange it. You would have to have such a dedicated, read the book team that I would just be worried about them doing it.
I get what you're saying. My thing is this. If they make Midnighter pansexual instead of just gay, that would be gay. If they did that. It's like, no. He's gay. He's 100% queer. And that's what made him a great character, was that, yeah, he's gay, but we didn't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? We don't care that he's gay.
You respect the hell out that motherfucker.
I respect it. I just also thought it was cool that the meanest, toughest motherfuckers on the team were fucking poofs. I thought that was awesome. Because usually when they do gay characters in comic books, they're very feminine. They're very just like, they're into fashion and shit like that. No, Midnighter was kicking niggas' teeth out of their skulls.
It's kind of funny,
punching
too,
through brains.
Iceman's kind of frosty now. He is in his style. So you're
God
right.
damn
You're
it.
right.
You just ruined. The image that just popped in my head. I'm not even going to talk about it. I'm not even going to question it. It's about the Deadpool and X-Men Origins Wolverine. Is he really what? Non-existing? Yes. Pretty much where I'm going with it is that after Days of Future Past, anything before that movie no longer exists. They can change anything. It's time travel.
Yeah. That was a crappy writing reality, as Wade would tell you. So in that reality, stupid things happen. In this reality, better things happen.
Yes.
So read
and
this
trust
reality.
me, if you hated that movie, you'll love Deadpool. If you hated that movie, you'll love Deadpool.
You'll show it. From what I understand, is this movie shows you that it may not just be the actor. It's the shitty writers and directors
Agreed.
sometimes.
Agreed.
Who don't fucking read comic books.
Yes.
At all.
So go watch Deadpool.
Go watch Deadpool.
You'll fucking love it. Let's get to some books.
Let's get to some books. I'm gonna kind of wrap up. We'll go into
You gonna do all
2,
three?
almost 3. We'll just kind of branch over. But this week, of course, because it's Deadpool, we've got Deadpool books. Now, this one, oh, whoops, I'm grabbing the wrong ones. These two here are the same book. One is the special edition hip hop cover, as you can see. My boy Deadpool with the ill cover.
That was that's the Bun B cover they did on that one.
Yep. So that's
They've
pretty
done
nice,
three.
very good variant.
They've done 3 hip hop Deadpool variants featuring UGK characters.
Yep.
It's just with UGK. Like I'm wondering if that's like a trend. Like I'm down for that.
I'm okay with that. But he had his book number 7.
Can we talk about this
as
for a
well.
second? So it's the 25th anniversary issue.
Yes. 25 years.
$10 though, my nigga. You didn't even realize it was $10. It's a $10 fucking book.
Well, I looked down at that, honestly, because I didn't realize it on the variant. Because the variant I expected to cost more, and it looks dope, right?
Gotcha.
But when I saw the regular one, I was like... And I felt it, and I was like, I guess it's more substantial.
It's thick. It's a lot of stuff in it, and we learn a lot more about the mercs with for money, which I'm loving, by the way. But I'm mad at something that happens in this issue. Can y'all stop picking on Taskmaster? Can we stop this?
Deadpool doesn't stop picking on Taskmaster.
Well, it
It's
wasn't
kind
even
of his thing.
Deadpool. It was slapstick.
Yeah, but it's
and
his
I'm
book.
like, come on. First, I had to eat Girlverine, X-23 beating him very simply. Like I had to eat that. Like, all right, okay, I'll take that. I didn't want to.
Take that L.
But slapstick, come on. Where are the editors? The editors got to step in and be like, hold up, man, hold up. No. Like that Taskmaster is supposed to be able to take out the whole Avengers by himself. Like for
Back
him,
in the day, your boy ain't been working out. Does he even lift, bro?
Taskmaster lifts.
Right.
Okay. But anyways, it was a good issue. I don't know about $10 it worth, but it's a good issue.
Yeah, I think the $10 is specifically because they knew that movie. They're cashing in on the movie too.
And they are.
And they're pushing for
I
it.
can see Marvel just gritting their teeth though, because like they want to promote Deadpool, but they don't want to promote Deadpool because they're not making any money off of that movie.
Off the movie, no.
They're not making any money off of that movie, but they know that they can sell books, so they're just gonna put out more books instead of telling people to go watch the movie. Yeah. That's kind of fucked up because even on their Twitter, nothing is talking about the Deadpool movie.
And unlike any of the other Marvel books you ever see when they get a movie, they're not going back to his origins at all. They're not touching anything that would have been in that movie.
Nothing.
Relationships.
Nothing.
You're not seeing, other people who might have been in the movie pop up. No. We're leaving that alone. Matter of fact, he might distance himself from some X-Men.
I mean, they already put him on the Avengers.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, it's funny how you can see that in the book. But overall, this book, I feel, compared to the first few Deadpool books, is kind of getting back to Deadpool again, where it's a little bit darker.
Yes.
It's the comedy's there, and it's a little more. It's a little less directed at the current pop culture. Like, remember, Deadpool used to also make a lot of obscure references, and I think he feels with the darkness. I think I see a little bit of that coming back, and I don't know. It felt a little better to me. Definitely didn't feel $10 worth.
I read it and I was like, this is a good read. It's a 32-page story, and a bunch of mini stories afterwards. A bunch of one shots dedicated to all the Deadpool mercs for money. I like the characters. I like them all. Other than Slapstick fighting Taskmaster, that was like, what the fuck? Anyways, but
Throw it back to a classic episode when Deadpool fought Taskmaster.
Oh god!
And you can't read crazy.
That's true. You know, I like what they did with Stingray, Solo, Fool Killer. I like where they're going with Fool Killer, as in, like, he's going to, like, a community college.
Yeah.
And so he's, like, busting out with books that he's reading, like, while they're in the middle of a fight. Like,
you know,
he's, like, he's trying to become a psych major.
Well, Doc Samson's dead, so...
When did Doc Samson die?
When didn't he die?
I had to reread that, because I'm like, when did Doc Samson die?
He died
Like,
a while ago. I think he died during the,
It had to be doing some Hulk shit.
Yeah.
It had to have been.
I mean,
like Doc
you know.
Samson. I wanted to write a book with Doc Samson. I thought Doc Samson would be dope. Like, I like the concept of the science, the buff, strong science superhero. Like, I thought that'd be cool. But yeah, I guess he's dead.
Marvel. We don't need him anymore.
But I give it a 6, only because that price just doesn't fit it to me. $10.
Yeah.
Like, fuck. Dude.
I'd say it's, as a read, it's like a 7, but yeah, the price could take it down to a 6 easy, just because, I mean, now the hip-hop variant, worth the money just because it looks sexy-ish, but like you said, for the newsstand, it should have been at most like $4.99.
Fine. Yeah, I can see 5, but
just
10?
because 25th anniversary, you're giving us multiple stories, yeah, 10 was a little much. Now,
Yeah,
on the
nice.
opposite end of our boy Deadpool, we have Deadpool Spider-Man issue number 2. I don't have a lot to say about this book, only because it's the same recommendations last time. Keep reading it. Follow this series. It's good. It's a good read. It's funny for both characters.
So far, it's 2 for 2 for me. Like,
it's
10 out of 10.
good.
The art
good.
is great. There's a lot of dialogue, which makes sense for a Spider-Man Deadpool book. There's a lot of dialogue, but it doesn't make you feel like, oh, God, hurry up. Like, there's a lot that happens in the issue. I'm all for it. It really, really reminds me of the Superman Batman book, which was also drawn by Ed McGuinness.
Right.
And I hope they don't tie it into other shit. I want this to just be standoffish. Like, not all books need to connect to the others. So I'm hoping that's where they're going with it. I'm hoping they're just like giving Joe Kelly the keys and just like, dude, just go. Because that seems like that's the way they're going with it.
right.
I love it. It's probably my most recommended Marvel book right now. Like, I'm being 100% honest.
Damn.
I'm being 100%
recommendation
honest.
for the week,
Spider-Man and
kids.
Deadpool is fucking fantastic.
Spidey Deadpool.
So, okay. I want to talk about this book next because this is Ultimates number 4.
4 issues in.
I'm getting concerned because you could tell that the writer really likes Blue Marvel.
What?
You could tell that he really likes Blue Marvel to the point where I'm kind of like, let this just be Blue Marvel's book then, because I don't like reading teen books that only focus on one character for the most of it. I'm like, then what the fuck is the point of this being a teen book if you're just gonna focus on this one character? I'm just saying, for this one issue, I'm hoping, because I'm seeing that a lot. I went back and read 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I had to come to the conclusion. I'm like, this guy really likes Blue Marvel, and I'm just kind of like, I don't want to see Black Panther sidelined. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, I agree with you.
Okay.
And here's what I'm going to say that I'm seeing with that is that
Okay.
I think that Blue Marvel on this team is right now, and I could be wrong, we are only 4 issues in. I see him as the gateway.
okay,
And that's the gateway to the something new that they're bringing us. Meaning, you know how they're going outside of the universe right now? And that's their goal is, he is kind of the new guy on the block as far as, you know, what we're reading about him. So establishing him like a villain, establishing his personality and you know, his past, and then as they're going out. This is something we don't need to do as much right now with Miss Marvel.
Right.
We don't need to do it with T'Challa. We don't need to do it with Spectrum, you know, and the only other character to do it with is America Chavez, or, you know, Miss America. So right now I see the reasoning for the Blue Marvel push,
okay,
because we're on our journey out to the unknown, and once we hit the unknown, we either have to explore Miss America, or we're going to just start here's the problems, because he's supposed to be ridiculously powerful. Meaning, you automatically have to take him out of the universe to, find villains for
To
him.
find villains for him makes sense.
Black Panther, he's been established. We know what Black Panther can... I mean, Black Panther was just holding a Vinny Gauntlet going against God Doom.
That was awesome.
He doesn't need that level of limelight right now. So as you're building the team, you define him, you define Miss America, or you leave her a mystery for a little bit longer. But I think we're going to see him taper down over issues 5 and 6.
I hope so. Because I like this book. I like the characters. I just don't want to see them sidelined. And I understand if you read the book, you understand why it's mostly about Blue Marvel. But I'm just hoping we don't keep going with that. I'm a big fan of the book. I like it more than all the Avengers books. So I give this one an 8 out of 10 still. I like the art. I like the writing. I love the characters. I want to read more. I just want to see more from the whole team.
Yeah. I don't feel that this week's was a definite 10 out of 10. I do also like the book. I would keep recommending picking it up. I like the characters. I like the team. I like the unknown. I'm a big cosmic person.
Yes, you are.
So going out of, the Earth realm, even sometimes the mystical, I'm a big fan of. So
Yeah.
I would also recommend picking it up. Speaking of that, and going out to otherworldly, move on to the next book, which definitely gets another recommendation from me, and that is Weird World.
Yes.
This is the primary Weird World book. We've been talking a lot about Weird World because, as Cass mentioned earlier, we are looking at Marvel doing another big push towards the mystical. We're seeing the Strange book, we're seeing the Scarlet Witch book, we're seeing this book, we're seeing the Black Knight book, and everything is pointing towards there's something wrong with magic, and every single one of them mentions Weird World. So even X-Men with Ileana Rasputin right now, they're talking about changes in magic. So this book being, I think, the premier title book, gives you a really good sense of that world. And a good sense of what's not necessarily wrong with the world, but how complicated and weird this world is. So
Agreed.
the story is, to me, it's done well. The art's done well. The writing's good. It's an interesting book. It's hard to compare it to other books because it's a standard, young kid going on an adventure, but she's not your normal kid. I mean, she acts like a shit at times. She has her friends you think are goofy are badasses. To me, it's a fun ride so far, and I would put this one up there, closer to the 9 and 10 out of 10 range for this week.
Definitely good. I like Weird World because I read a lot of Marvel, and every now and then I just need a break from all that shit. Yeah. And I think Weird World is a good book. That is a break from it, and the art is amazing. It's unlike anything else I've read. So I definitely like Weird World a lot. I'm hoping, one thing I would like to see more of, though, is consistency with the Weird Worlds. Because it seems like every time a different book goes to Weird World, they have a different way of interpreting it. And I guess that's the way it is because Weird World just goes that way. But I would like to see more consistency. I would like to see characters that are created from Weird World in the other books and vice versa. Because Archon's supposed to be there.
Right.
And we haven't even seen him in the Weird World book or Black Knight. And Black Knight's supposed to be there too. So it's like, all right,
and I think that we're exploring because, like you said, it's a whole world,
right?
It's not like sense. Weird place or anything. So, like I said, I think that it's going to be a deep exploration, into Weird World, and I think it's going to be something that they're going to keep.
Okay,
especially with Disney there.
Yeah, that's true.
I think with Disney there, that's something that having that playful, fun, super Adventureland almost will be something, and this is almost like a Knight's Tale kind of book.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But they're pushing Weird World hard.
Yeah.
They're pushing Weird World hard, so I wouldn't be shocked Phase 4 there's a Weird World movie. I'm not even gonna lie.
And like you said, I think it's good because it feels refreshing, but it almost feels like an independent book.
Right.
You know what I mean? It feels like it's not from Marvel, like he was saying. It feels like it's its own standalone book, which is good.
Which is good.
What do we got next on the list?
Next, I have this book that I'm trying to keep it going. We have the all new, all different Avengers #5.
Different's not always good.
Different isn't always good. Mark Waid is a great writer. I'm still a fan. These books. Here's the thing. I diss this book a lot. I do, but it's written well. The writing doesn't upset me about it. What upsets me about it is the characters. I'm sorry. I just think this is a failed opportunity for the Young Avengers. I just don't see Tony Stark saying, hey, let's just get a bunch of teenagers and just call ourselves the Avengers now. Like, I don't even see Steve Rogers agreeing with this. Steve Rogers would be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You don't take children into battle. Like, what is wrong with you?
I don't even see the children agreeing to this.
But that's what I'm saying. And, like, they kind of just joined too quickly. I'm still, anyways, Miss Marvel gets booted off the team on this issue because of Vision, but she'll be back. Vision is fucking up the team for some weird reason. I'm hoping Mark Waid explains that. He writes him how he wrote Batman for JLA. Like, you could tell that he's going like kind of like the Batman route with Vision.
Right.
He's all mysterious, which makes sense because Vision has his own thing that he does. I'm having a hard time recommending this book to people though, because like I said, I still don't see the point in this team other than, hey, look, we have a hella diverse team. Like, our team is diverse as fuck, so you should just read it. And I'm just kind of like, that's cool and all, but I need something like more. So yeah. I'm gonna give this a 5.
I'm gonna give it like a 3.
Damn.
This issue, especially this issue, it bored me.
Okay.
It was boring. I'm like losing any respect and feeling for the characters.
Okay.
I don't like what they've done with the female Thor with Jane Foster.
Okay.
I don't really care for Falcon in it. He just feels kind of like left out.
He doesn't do anything.
Yeah, he doesn't feel like he brings anything to the team.
He doesn't bring anything, and the sad thing is, he really is written well. I mean, Mark Waid can write and do well, but I just feel like he doesn't know what to do with Falcon. And to me, that makes me think that he didn't want Falcon on this team originally, and that Marvel told him, all right, we need you to have Falcon on the team.
You can't have any of the other Captain Americas.
And yeah, exactly.
And that's what they basically broke it down to. And I mean, Tony is Tony, whatever. He doesn't feel like his heart's in this team because, he doesn't have that relationship with these characters the same way, you know what I mean? Because it's not the same Thor and it's not the same Cap. So that feels awkward. Like you said, I feel all the younger characters should have been a younger Avengers. That would have been a much better play on Marvel's part. And then the Vision is just kind of, Psycho Vision right now.
Vision.
Yeah,
I'm hoping they explain because I'm just confused.
Well, he's a robot. It's malfunction. He probably poured some water in him and he just...
Pour some water.
Yeah, dude. He got wet, Dude, you can't break physics, dude. Electronics can't get wet. That's all there is to it. It's true. You can't just put water on him. So, he probably got, he was probably standing in the alley, bump heat on him, and now he's short-circuiting and messing up the all-new, all-different Avengers. But if you want to, the only thing that I would like to see different about the Avengers is it canceled. It's a bad team. You could do so much more with these characters.
I want to disagree with you so
move
badly.
them over to, number one, female Thor. The girl Thor now should not have been called Thor. She just called it Jane and give her, the hammer of Thor. Just let it be. What the fuck? Call it Foster for all I care. Call it the hammer. Call it the hammer. But don't just take a character who you really started to flesh out over the years. You know what I mean? Over the reason, you guys are doing a good job making Thor really interesting again. And then replace him with a character that really doesn't have a very interesting history because we know the character. It should have become Lady Sif or Hamidal as a more interesting shit. But
my problem with female Thor being on the team is that now we don't need Captain Marvel on the team. And I'm kind of like, I would rather have Captain Marvel on the team, on the Avengers, than Lady Thor. I would rather have Captain Marvel and Thor, but someone could be like, oh, how could you have Lady Thor and Captain Marvel? Well, obviously they didn't fucking do it. So, I'm more for Captain Marvel being on this team. I fucking hate, I'm not gonna hold that. I fucking hate this book. I hate it. I'm reading this and I'm just like, no.
It's
And
painful.
here's the sad thing. I don't hate it because it's not written well. I just hate it because I'm like, this isn't the Avengers. This isn't the Avengers. And when I think of Avengers, I'm thinking, yo, Thanos just showed up with a big ass group of motherfuckers. What are we gonna do? You gonna send these fucking high school students? No, you're not. And I just don't see Cap being like, okay, that's all right, just go ahead. Like, no, like he'll be like, this is stupid.
Don't worry. All those kids are minorities. Expendable.
They're all in the high school. How the fuck are they gonna show up to battle? How are they gonna show up to do anything? It doesn't make sense. And I don't know. Let's just move on. Let's just
not
move
a good
on.
book. Here's a book that surprisingly the cover really sucks this week, but it's actually, in my opinion, it feels like a better Batman Superman book, and this current arc has actually been pretty interesting.
Okay.
It is Batman Superman number 29.
Okay.
And there's detective work, there's good writing, there's
Who's writing?
powerful enemies.
Oh, Tom Taylor. Oh,
Tom Taylor.
The same guy that's writing. Oh, that's great. I didn't know that. Same guy that's writing the new Wolverine book.
As people know, I don't really read into a lot of writers. Look,
I
if your
do.
story sucks, I will just stop picking up the book, and then I will wait for the next arc, and then I will pick up the book again, because, you know. He said, "Are you guys at A1?"
Sure.
Jen. My boy Jen knows A1. He actually lives out here. I've gone to some tournaments and stuff. with him.
Okay. Sure.
What is up, Jim? Jen, we're not at A. Yeah, we're at A1 right now, man. We're in the back.
They're in the
No,
back,
actually,
yeah.
they're doing a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament or something tonight. So
Fuck
this is
Yu-Gi-Oh.
we use their shit as the background. Hey, man,
Fuck Yu-Gi-Oh.
I can't argue with that. Never played it. So, but
I
it's
thought
not
you had
good to
some
say,
bars
hey,
for me. You were
man.
saying
No,
that.
I don't
Like,
fuck
hey,
with
man,
it. I don't
Blue Eyes White Dragon. It's amazing.
That's the thing.
Oh God, move on. Anyway,
But
Batman Superman.
Batman Superman is actually this is a good book.
Okay.
If you're a Batman Superman fan and you want to get out of the craziness that's currently going on DC, this is a run that feels classic. Big enemies. They even introduced some other characters that are, I feel, getting written a little bit better, like Lobo, who they've done a lot of changes with. and
Is it
it's
the
been-
new Lobo?
It's the new Lobo, but they've started, like, you can already tell, they're starting to grit the new Lobo. Like, he's already moving back towards the other Lobo side, and, you know.
I hate that they changed Lobo. I hate that they changed them. There was no reason to. You could tell that, you know, they tried to streamline him to make him more something that they can turn into a movie. Which
Yeah.
is stupid. I actually wanted Jason Momoa to be Lobo.
It looks like he could be.
Because if you look at him with them dreads, like, I'm like, that's fucking Lobo right there. But he's Aquaman,
Yeah.
which is weird.
Yeah.
But
Mickey Rourke would have back in the day would have also made a pretty interesting Lobo.
I can see that. I
You
can
know,
see that.
I think he would have been back in the day a little
Got
bit.
you.
But all in all, I would say I'd give this book a 7.
Okay.
And only a 7 because, you know, it's a solo book. You're not going to find anything else that's going to branch over. They're not doing anything revolutionary, but it's a good read.
Okay.
It's a fun read, and it's one of the more exciting things I'm finding in the DC universe right now. Because, as we all know, there's not a whole lot.
There's not.
There's not.
Well, since we're doing DC,
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna do Batman number 49. Batman has been written the best he's ever been in a while with the Scott Snyder run. But you can tell it's coming to an end, especially with this one. So, have you read this?
I have.
Okay. So, this nigga Batman's nuts, man.
Dude, it's such
Batman
a
is
cop out
insane,
though.
but it makes sense.
It's such a
But it
cop out
makes
though.
sense.
But it's not such.
But
It's
it
like
makes sense. It
it's
makes
just
sense.
so bad.
For those who don't know, Batman got a machine that if anything would happen to him, someone could sit in this machine and become him.
No.
I'm like, at first I was
no.
reading this and I was like, this nigga crazy. But then again, it goes back to what I've said about Batman for years. Something you have to understand, Batman is nuts. He's insane to do what he does. That nigga is nuts. Like he created a machine.
And here's the best part.
Turn you into Batman.
Here's the best part about his machine.
Turn you into him.
Here's the best part of his machine, and this is where, like you say, to me it gets a little silly. The machine is like on a bigger pedestal than the Bat computer and the Bat car combined, right? But it's like in the main part of the cave. But not only did they feel that it wouldn't work, but all the trials failed for it. But he still kept this machine, even though he had no idea that it would work, to one day potentially traumatize another fucking human being into living the shit life that he had. Like, what kind of fucked up individual? Like you said,
But
he's so crazy
It
that
makes sense. This is the same guy that created fail-safes to take out every superhero in the DC universe, including himself. Including himself. And I'm hoping in the Justice League sequel, they do their story arc. They gotta do the story arc where Batman has a fail-safe for every member of the Justice League to take them all out. That makes perfect sense, and I want to see that live. I want to see just regular motherfuckers taking out the Justice League, and the Justice League confused as fuck. Like, how are we losing?
Yeah.
Oh shit, these guys acted the Bat Files, and he's able to take all of us out. Like, that shit's amazing to me. So I love this book. I think it was great. I like that Alfred really didn't want to do it. Because it goes to a theory I said, that Alfred hates that he's Batman.
yeah,
Alfred can't stand that he's Batman. That's his son.
yeah.
That is
He calls him his son
That is
multiple
he
times.
raised him from a boy. That is his son. And so his son is going out every night doing all this shit. Alfred's like, fuck this.
Basically, your kid went out and died in war. You got the miracle to bring him back, and you've got to send him back.
And you
out
got to
again.
send him back out.
Like, that's hard.
Like, that to me was captured perfectly in this book. I liked how, like, you could tell, like, fragments. I felt like Grant Morrison wrote this. Like you could tell just fragments of his brain was trying to get pieced together. And, I loved it. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10. It's going to be hard to see Snyder leave Batman. Like, but he's done over 50 fucking issues, so.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
It's, like I said, the storyline, it's written pretty well, but like I said, I don't know. I don't like the fact that they just keep, trying to kill out Batman and bring him back, and I think this way was a little cheesy overall.
Okay.
Because it's just like, so you just basically, your mind was destroyed, and then you basically just rewrote it. Okay! That's cool too. I mean, why didn't you just find yourself a mage or somebody who can just capture your mind and then just put it back later? I mean,
mage.
it just feels like more of a comment. Like, what I would like to see,
Okay.
and in this thing is that his body has the reflexes to do certain things.
Okay.
Bring me a new Batman. Like, you have to do this, but you can't, like, the trauma. Like, that's all you get out of it is,
But
you
that's not
remember
gonna
the
happen.
trauma.
You know that's
So
not
to
gonna
just
happen.
put him back is like, okay, well, those 50 issues technically never really happened. Gordon's gonna get old again for no reason.
No. Basically, I see it like.
Or are we gonna get another Batman? Is Gordon gonna be one of the millions of Batman that we
no,
have
no,
now?
no. Here's
We're
where
gonna
I'm
call
seeing
him
it.
Wingbat?
Oh God, Wingbat. Wingbat. What is that from? I think that's
Batwing.
No, Wingbat is like a real thing. I think that's a Ninja Turtle
Maybe.
character.
Wingbat.
Wingbat sounds like a character. But no, my thing is this: the thing that made Batman lose his mind, it worked. It honestly worked. He had to have a machine that saved his memories, bring him back.
Okay.
Like, it worked. It succeeded. And, like, he pretty much had to die. If you read the book, he pretty much had to die for him to come back. Like,
He had to die to get to the point where he was at before, too.
this is true.
In 50 issues, he's died twice. So, Bruce Wayne now resurrects himself like he's a fucking X-Man.
And he died in Final Crisis, too.
Yeah.
Like, he died there. But that was pre-Flashpoint. But still.
Hey, and he's died now in Earth 2. His dad died on Earth 2, and Batman's die everywhere.
Batman's
these
died a
days,
lot.
man. They're like, let's start killing some Batman. Okay, on to Batman. Batman and
Batman.
Ninja Turtles. This is a fun book.
It's
I
great.
don't need to go too much into it to just tell you, pick it up and read it. I don't want to spoil a lot for you, but they do Shredder justice, they do some Turtles justice, they do Splinter justice, and they do Batman justice in this book. It's overall pretty just fun.
I don't
to
know
read.
if I like Shredder going around punking the Bat villains though. Like,
Well,
Shredder,
wait a minute. Which villain? He punked a villain that he would punk.
Penguin.
Yes.
Penguin ain't no bitch, son.
Okay, hold on. Before you say anything,
Penguin ain't no bitch.
Penguin to your face is going to play ball. Penguin's that last issue character where he comes back around. Hey, yeah, I knew you were going to fall. We don't win at this level. And you know what? All the work that you've done, all your men, they're mine now. All your stuff that you've acquired is mine now.
That is
And
true.
you know what? Here you are just with the firing squad. So if you disappear and run away, great. If not, you're dead right now.
I got you.
And that's why I think that Penguin's a good one for him to punk versus the other ones. You know, you can't have him go and punk a Bane.
yeah,
You know what I mean? You can't have him go and punk a Killer Croc.
Yeah.
Because you'll feel disrespected by character. But Penguin is like, you ain't punking Penguin. You just breaking the relationship. And, you made an enemy. And you ain't going to
This is true.
see this enemy coming.
This is true.
I mean, that's what Penguin does. Penguin comes back in later, and guess what? Like I said, I've got all your shit now. I'm a player. Batman don't even truly take me down.
No,
you know what I mean?
I'll agree with you. I'll agree
Batman
with you.
ain't one of those, or Penguin's not one of those dumb criminals. Penguin is a fixture of Gotham.
Yeah, he's legendary. Like his family, was like investors in Gotham or some shit. Like,
He's more of, without being the same character, he's more of a Lex Luthor, where
Yeah.
he will exist in Gotham and at a level where you'll have to deal with him.
yeah,
You know,
No,
and you have to deal
seriously,
with
yeah.
him as Bruce and Batman.
Yes, and I agree with that 100%.
You know.
And I like Penguin. I'm a fan of the Penguin, and that's why I felt kind of disrespect. I'm like, what the fuck? I like Penguin because Penguin's a boss. Like all the other superheroes don't understand why Batman takes him so seriously. Because Batman's like, dude, this is the Penguin. Like, he's a fixture in Gotham. Like,
Yeah.
he
has influence.
He pretty much is Gotham.
Yeah.
Like, his family was
Absolutely.
richer than the Waynes. And, like, they had more money than the Waynes and shit.
Yep.
So,
But yeah, no,
I
this
recommend
is,
it.
It's a good book either way.
I
Though. It's a good
recommend
book.
it. It's fun.
You can have some fun with it, most definitely.
And it's not to be taken serious. It's just,
Yeah.
hey, look at this. This is cool, isn't it? And, like, it is.
Yeah,
And
I think the Batman Shredder fight is going to be an interesting thing.
it's going to be interesting. I also like Donatello nerding out in the Batcave. That was
Yeah.
pretty awesome. Like,
Yeah.
Donatello will be freaking the fuck out. Like, holy shit.
And
I can
Ralph
see-
Fiel getting all pissed.
Oh, well, Ralph,
Because
that's-
you know,
yeah.
Ralph would have been Jason Todd.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Ralph
Like,
would have been that kid. He would have
Exactly.
been that, hot-headed sidekick.
I can
And-
see Ralph still in the Batmobile. Like, some shit like that.
Yeah, and still in the Batmobile, and he could look at one of those cases and realize, yeah, you keep down your same road, that's your future, kid.
Welcome, Old Head Tech. Thank you for watching. Yeah, we do this every weekend. Stuff like that.
Yeah, we do this every weekend.
Yes.
Most recently Saturdays. We try to do on Sundays, but follow the channel and you can tune in.
Yes. Back to Marvel. All new X-Men number 4.
They said pull one off the shelf real quick, so yeah.
Hey, here's one right here too.
Yeah,
So,
we got that. We got that.
all new X-Men number 4. I think it's safe to say that this is the funnest X-Men book out right now. Like, I read this book and I'm like, wow, that was a pretty good time. I hope the same thing goes back to Ultimates. As you can tell just from this cover, this is a very Wolverine X-23 focused issue. I'm hoping they don't do that because they don't need to.
Right.
She already has. She's the only one with her own book, so you don't need to focus on her too much. I understand focusing on all the characters, but there are characters on here that aren't really getting focused at all. Case in point, Kid Apocalypse, and he's kind of on the team, and we're 4 issues in. I'm still kind of like, okay, why are you here? Like, why are you on the team?
Yeah.
I don't even understand why he's there, what the point of the team is. I'm still waiting for that, but it's still fun. It's still fun. I'm confused about something. You read this, right?
I did.
Okay. The Blob is back.
Yes.
I'm confused.
When was the last time we saw the Blob? Was it during the
After
depowering?
After
No
M
more
Day, and
mutants, right?
he lost his power.
Okay.
That's why I'm like, how. I'm like, where? I remember they focused on that because they did this whole series called M Day: The After Effect, where they focused on a lot of mutants who lost their powers, and the Blob was one of them. And I remember it because it was so powerful, it was so crazy. Like the Blob lost his power, so all his fat went away.
Yeah,
However,
but
his skin didn't. His skin was stretched the fuck out.
Yep.
And so he looked fucking crazy. And so that's why I'm like, I'm really, really hoping they explain that. If not, that to me is just bad writing.
What do you mean?
They explain why he's back.
See, we had this conversation the
Okay,
other day ago,
okay.
and you completely denied what I said.
Okay.
I said you will start seeing characters in the past start popping up because Secret Wars. We destroyed the Earth, and only certain characters, much like they did with the what's it called, House of M book and other books prior to, certain characters who were heavily involved in the final event come back and remember degrees of it, like
Blob
Miles
wasn't.
and so Blob wasn't. So he's back as a new character. He's reinvented in this universe.
They knew who he was, though.
But I'm saying, regardless of they knew who he was, he's not the same Blob.
I mean, if that's the case, I want the writer to explain that to me. Because that, I'm not saying
he
they're
could have
wrong.
very simply been the same Blob for Battleworld. Because a lot of characters were brought and redone in Battleworld. That's how Old Man Logan came back.
I mean,
a lot of those
but they
characters.
showed that.
But I'm saying
that was shown.
That's their opportunity to rewrite characters in where they fit. They couldn't bring all those characters in. You know, that would have just been more convoluted. So I told you this was going to happen. You were going to start seeing these characters you were like, hey, dude, I thought he was gone, or I thought something happened to him, and he pops back up.
I mean, I'm not against it because I always thought that Blob was a great character. I hated that they depowered him because it was like the X-Men have lost pretty much all their fucking bad guys, and
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying.
And I think that they're going out of their way to reinvent them.
Okay.
You know, and they're going out of their way to say, okay, we've cleaned house. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I think that Marvel's clean house was done very focused in terms of, like you said, they did it to bring certain characters over. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, it gives them opportunity. Where DC, like you said, DC's doing it too much.
Agreed.
DC is, you know, they're, in my opinion, they're reaching a little bit. Mm-hmm. Kind of like what Zufu was saying is, you know, what it's doing is making things very complex for people.
Well, Zufu asked, for those who don't know, he asked, what do we think about the DC and Marvel multiverse? I have no problem with the multiverse as long as it's apparent that it's a multiverse. Marvel did it really well with the Ultimate line. Mm-hmm. Their covers were different. They were a certain way. They had a certain way they felt. You could tell this was not your mom and dad's Marvel universe.
It was a full universe.
Yeah, exactly.
With its own multiverse.
With its own multiverse.
So they created two separate, and for a lot of people don't know, the Earth 616 or Universe 616 is the primary Marvel universe that we all know and love. The Ultimate Universe had another designation, and there's tons of designations in between, but once you move outside of a universe, that universe has its own multiverse. So the hierarchy essentially is there's an omniverse, which your omniverse generally is your entire consumption of, say, Marvel books, right? And DC has its own omniverse of entire books. Under that omniverse, you have a multiverse, and that's where individual books span out. So Earth 1 in DC and Earth 2 in DC are part of that multiverse. Their new 52 had a result of, you know, multiple worlds being destroyed and then breaking it down. Final Crisis Crisis on Infinite Earths was the first one to try to explain it heavily for DC. Marvel, on the other hand, they had hundreds of multiverses created, sometimes just based off events, time travel and things of that nature, and then underlying dimensions. So over time, they've each tried to recollect based on events, storylines, and characters who have become popular and break it down to 1, 2, etc., events. So I don't think it's bad necessarily,
No, it's
but
not
it
bad,
has
man.
been done poorly at different
Yes.
times.
Yes, it has.
And it has been done unnecessarily.
And that was the whole point of Crisis on Infinite Earths in the first place, was that it kind of got out of hand with the different Earths, and people were getting kind of confused. They're like, wait, which Earth is this? There's like 5, 6 Superman. And like, wait, which one is this? And so they kind of had to go in there and fixed it. I don't have no problem with multiverses as long as, like I said earlier, as long as it's apparent this is a multiverse. As if, for example, you could say Weird World is a multiverse. Like, that's a different whole nother reality. I don't know how you get there, how you get out of it, but it's there, and you know, I'm all for it. But you know,
or
I guess
is Weird
I can't-
World in a different dimension, and
Well,
that's where that mystery still lies with the Weird World stuff.
Shout out to Neil deGrasse
Going on.
Tyson here. No, I can tell you hella got turned into Negro.
I'm a
deGrasse-
science person,
deGrasse
man.
Ty-
I'm-
I almost called you
I'm okay.
Negro deGrasse Tyson, but Neil deGrasse Tyson is a Negro, so that doesn't make sense.
One thing you'll find out about me, people, over time is I will try to turn this shit into real physics and give it as much logical justification as I am, because that is my area of exploration in my off time, is concepts of physics, space-time, particle physics, things of that nature.
that shit.
That shit that makes
Neil
up our
deGrasse
entire
Tyson.
reality and universe.
It's okay. No, it's cool.
I mean, you're a big pile of molecules next to me, so you know.
we're all just molecules floating
That's
in
it.
space.
Your globs and
Technically,
molecules.
We are.
Not
Zufu, the Jim Lee relaunch X-Men, that's continuity. What that pretty much just was that X-Men got a rehaul, and they just let Jim Lee just write it, just draw it, and redesign the characters. That they didn't reset that. That was just something that, you know, they all do that. I mean, DC does it, Marvel still does it to this day, where they just redo characters and change how they look.
Absolutely.
I personally prefer the Jim Lee look to this day. To me, that will always be definitive X-Men to me.
Okay.
To me, that's just my thing. That's just me.
Okay.
So,
I would say the only last thing I want to say about the all new X-Men book is that, for me, they are probably in the top 2 teams that they've put together right now in Marvel. With the whole reboot of teams, like, I only really like them and the Ultimates as a collective team.
Okay.
And I get what you're saying about, you know, it's a little bit much Laura right now, or X-23.
Well, this issue
right now,
is.
this issue is. But overall, like, they still feel like a better team. And I know they're classic X-Men technically with Wolverine, but just they feel more interesting. I genuinely don't like a lot of, like you said, those Inhuman teams, some of the just feel kind of disgusting. But
Agreed.
moving on, and this will probably be pretty quick because we've beaten the character up a little bit today. Is some more Wolverine. And I don't think we already talked Wolverine, did we? Did we talk this book?
No.
Alright.
We mentioned her a bunch this episode.
Yeah, we have mentioned, but it's a good book.
I love it.
It's a great read. It's
like
an
it.
interesting story. I like how they're introducing her to other characters throughout. We've got Janet Van Dyne in this issue, the Wasp, and
Which I guess will not be the Wasp now. Like, they're doing a new Wasp book, and they just confirmed it's not her.
yeah, because
so.
I think they're going movie route, right? Kind of.
Well, oh God, I hope not. I hope not, because the movie was supposed to be the daughter of Janet and Hank Pym, and I'm kind of like, okay, so they just had a secret baby that grew up. I don't buy that. I'm hoping not, but knowing Marvel, that's where they're going with it.
Yeah, so we it's hard to tell, and but outside of that, it's a good book.
Yes.
Like I said, she deserves the mantle of Wolverine. She's doing a great job with it.
Yes.
I hope that they continue with it. And like he said
They
earlier,
will.
I want the movie to have her in it, and I think it'll be great.
I think it's time. Hugh Jackman doesn't want to be Wolverine no more. Give it to the chick.
give it to her. Summer Gallo was my old favorite to play her
To me,
from Serenity and Firefly.
Definitely. And the crazy thing is, she's older than me, but she still looks like she could play like a young girl. Like, she still has that look.
Really? Is she that old now?
Yeah, she's 34, dude.
Really?
Yeah, good. He's
All right.
Googling her right now.
I always thought she was younger.
It's GLAU.
GLAU.
Yeah.
Okay. Good stuff. 34.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna be
81.
35,
Damn.
man.
Well, you go, girl. You go, girl. Oh, she has a kid too now. Okay.
See, yeah, exactly.
I
So
did
it's
not
like,
know. I did not know.
so like, yeah, I think she could still do it.
She looks different from being from Texas. I didn't know she was from Texas.
Yeah, no, she don't seem like someone that would
Yeah,
be from
she
Texas.
seemed like one of them Brits where she'd be like, "Oh, puppy cups and teas
She
and
does
stuff."
look British, though.
You know, like she gets in the movie. Hey, look, I'm a regular white person. Okay, then she gets off. She's like, "Oh, puppy cock."
That, you know who does that really well is the guy that plays Wolverine, fucking Hugh Jackman.
Yeah,
like,
Hugh
you
Jackman.
don't even know he's fucking Australian.
You know
Like,
who else? Rick Grimes from
Rick
Walking
Grimes-
Dead.
yeah. But it's like the whole fucking Walking Dead
Yeah.
cast, they're all pretty much British.
They get off there. They're like, "Oh, that zombie almost fucked me up, eh? I go back and smoke a fag,
I'm
okay?"
still campaigning for Rick Grimes to be Mr. Fantastic. I want a Fantastic Four reboot.
Oh.
I want Rick Grimes as Mr. Fantastic. I'm calling it now.
I'd respect that, but here's what I want from Mr. Fantastic.
Okay.
I want them to cancel and sell that franchise off. And then I don't care who you cast because Fox don't have it anymore.
I'm hearing there's
Anyone.
talks. There's talks. I'm hearing. I hear whispers. I mean, I'm hearing whispers that there are talks because especially now with how good Deadpool did, like. Like Fox is like Fantastic Four who? Like how much money Deadpool's making this weekend?
Yeah.
They're like,
They're only gonna make
Deadpool.
Deadpool movies. They're like, look, Deadpool's gonna be on Fox News now.
I want to be shocked, dude.
Deadpool's
Like,
gonna be on
and,
Fox
like
News now.
I said this once. I said it twice. I said it till I'm blue in the face. I don't think that a lot of new comic book fans understand how big of a deal it is that Deadpool got a movie.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think they understand. I don't think they get it because Deadpool became a pretty popular character before the movie. But I remember when nobody knew who Deadpool was. I remember when now he's like practically a household name.
Everybody's like, "Oh, the Merc with the mouth."
Like people,
Yeah, they know him and Snoop Dogg.
people. Yeah, Deadpool is the Snoop Dogg of comic books.
Yep.
Okay, that's official. You heard it here first. Deadpool is the Snoop Dogg of comic books. He's everywhere. Like everyone knows who he is. Even DC fans know who he is because he's a Deathstroke ripoff. Like, and I heard DC is gonna push Deathstroke hard now. I'm hearing this. I'm hearing they're gonna push Deathstroke so hard. They're like, oh, y'all niggas just gonna make
You know what's
money
funny?
off of a ripoff.
Have you read some of the Deathstroke, right?
I still read Deathstroke.
Okay. Isn't it funny how Deathstroke has become a lot more talkative?
Yes.
And he's been had like quips and
Yes,
shit now.
yes.
Like he's becoming a smart ass and
Yes,
everything. You know what I
yes.
mean?
I definitely agree with
Yeah.
that. I see that happening. I'm hearing whispers. I'm hearing Teen Titans movie.
Really?
I'm hearing
I hope
Teen
not.
Titans.
I hope not. They
You
have
know they're gonna do Teen Titans. I don't want them to do
They-
Teen Titans without Cyborg though.
See, you're already establishing right now why I don't want to see that right now.
Okay.
Well, I don't
Makes
want to
sense.
because, like we talked about earlier, they have too much chaos going right now to I feel give us a team that we want. You
With the
know, they're
Titans?
going with the Titans. I feel that the team will feel lacking because if they're trying to promote the comic world,
Mm-hmm.
that team fucking sucks.
Yeah, the team is garbage with the gay dude that builds bricks and some shit. Like,
And I don't even
Bunker.
mind him. He's one of the better characters. They just messed
Is
up
he?
all the other characters.
Is he though?
They've written all the other characters so poorly. Like Red Robin is
Oh,
like
God.
he just feels
They
bad.
ruined my nigga Tim Drake. I'm like, how did you ruin such a great character? Tim Drake will always be the best Robin to me, and the reason why I will say that DC Twilight, oh God,
Yeah, it's
oh
DC
God,
Twilight. That is a perfect representation.
No.
That is a perfect representation.
No, Zofo, you got it fucked up. He just said Teen Titans equals DC Twilight. No, sir.
Yes.
No.
No,
I'm a
currently
Titans
right
jump-
now,
Oh, currently
yes.
right now.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
in the
yeah.
books. Okay.
Yeah, no, I'm
in the
saying
books.
that's accurate for what I'm trying to say right now.
Which is
Yeah.
horrible. I will always like Tim Drake over all the other Robins. Because out of all the other Robins, Tim Drake is the only one that told Batman, fuck you. Like, he's the only one that looked him in the eye and said, fuck you.
Except
You're a
for
fuck.
Jason Todd shot
No,
him in the face.
No.
Shot at him.
Yeah, but now he's a bitch and like, all right, I will earn your respect back. Tim Drake was the first one to tell Batman, you're a fucking dick, dude.
No.
You're a fucking dick.
Actually, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
When you remember when Dick Grayson said "fuck you" to Batman and left because Batman was a fucking dick and had a problem with what he was doing with the Teen Titans and left Batman's side as Robin to become Nightwing.
To become that. No,
He
but
told
Tim-
Batman,
but no, let me
fuck
speak.
off.
Let me
Dick
speak.
Grayson did that first before Tim even came along.
But here's the thing. Tim was like, you know what? Because, no, you're right. He did. I'll give you that. He did. Tim Drake was the first to be like, you know what? I'm leaving and I'm taking the Robin name. I own the Robin name now. And Batman's like, no, the fuck you don't. And Tim Drake told him, he said, I want you to stop me. I want you to stop me. I earned this right. He said, I'm not going to do what Dick did. Dick went and became something else. He said, no, I earned this shit.
And you know what Batman did?
What's that?
He said, all right, I will. I found my son. I had him come by, whoop your ass,
Yo.
and now you're Red Robin.
But
bitch.
I'm not gonna lie. Damien is that nigga. I'm not gonna lie to him.
He came and
Damien
whooped
is
that
that
ass.
dude. I'm
He
not
whooped
gonna
that ass.
lie.
He said, you really think you deserve the Robin name?
Yo.
Take it from my kid.
Did you
cuz."
read Robin War?
Yeah.
Damien beat all their asses. I was like, yo. Damien whooped Drake. He whooped Red Hood. And I'm pretty sure Grayson was there. He probably would have whooped Grayson's ass too. I was like,
Grayson,
son.
dude, Damien, remember,
Damien
you gotta remember,
went
he's
ham.
trained from a child. He is Batman.
He was not
to
just
the nth
trained.
level.
He was genetically created.
Yeah.
Like to be the best.
Yeah.
So it made sense that he would whoop all their asses. Like all the shit. Damien is that dude that plays Street Fighter that's hella good and you know he's hella good and he talks hella shit. Damien's gonna think this is him, but it's not him. Fuck him.
He still ain't played me in nothing. He's still ain't played
It's
me in
okay,
nothing.
it's okay. Damien's that dude that plays really well and he knows it.
Thank you.
And I mean,
You said my name. I don't know.
I just pieced that together. God damn it. God damn it. I just pieced that together.
Hey, you could call him DW.
The current Robin he's fucking good, dude. Like, he's the dude that talks shit and backs it up. He's the Mayweather of comic books. Yeah. He's the dude that talks shit and he can back it up. And there's nothing you can say to him.
Technically, he would be called the Bat with the Mouth.
The bat with the Robin with the mouth.
The best thing is at what he does, and we'll let you know it. Oh, the fly. My bad for anything on the mic.
No, it's all good.
He was up in my crib.
It's all good.
Yeah, I don't like things flying in my crib.
It's all good. What's next?
Next we've got. It's on you, man. It's on you.
Me. Okay.
Because we did Wolverine last.
Here's a book that I'm confused about. I'm confused. Totally Awesome Hulk. Marvel, what's going on here, man? What's the point of this book? You booted Bruce Banner. You booted him. I don't think they've even explained what happened to Bruce. I'm kind of like, okay, where's Bruce? And I don't think they've really done it. Frank Cho with great art always. But I'm getting kind of concerned because we're 3 issues in and I'm still kind of like, okay, I don't see the point of this other than, hey, look, Hulk's Asian now. I just don't see the point of it, and I want to recommend this book. I'm a Hulk fan, but I just can't recommend this book. I can't do it.
You know, it's kind of funny that you bring this up and I'm going to talk about this for a second, okay, even though it doesn't have to do directly with this book, okay, but indirectly.
Okay.
He was also in another book that I actually didn't bring in this week. I read it digitally and did not want to buy a copy, even though they had a pretty decent looking variant cover. And he was also in Old Man Logan this week.
Dude, I didn't see it out this week. I don't know if they didn't get it. I was going to call them tomorrow. Did you guys sell out?
Yeah, they have it. They have the variant and the regular one. But
go back.
He felt worthless in that issue too. Like, I don't like him. I don't like this direction with the Hulk. It's like you guys found a way, Marvel, you found a way to make the Hulk more useless than the Hulk was before. Like, Hulk has got this Superman feeling where it's like you're writing the same book over and over and over again and trying to throw bigger enemies. Then you just change him. It's like you guys already feel like you're doing the same thing. By the 3rd issue, he's fighting Fing Fang Foom. Stop it. Stop it. Just quit. Retire this book. Retire the fucking character for all I care. Just put him on teams. Hulk is better on teams.
I can see him with the Young Avengers. Like, I can see him with the Young Avengers team, with him, Miss Marvel, Nova, Miles Morales. Like, I can see him with that team. But with his own book, I'm just kind of like, I'm reading it and I'm like, wow, this art is beautiful, but I'm bored.
Yeah,
and
it's
I'm
a
sad
boring
to say
book.
that. Like, I'm just like, Greg Pak, I expected more from you, man. Like, I was just like, I'm reading this and I'm just like, I found myself yawning. Like, I'm like, I really don't care about what's happening in this book. I really don't care.
After I read that Old Man Logan, I was just like, I'm not picking up Totally Awesome Hulk anymore. And it's just, like you said, it's boring. It's a bad idea. I wanted to support this at first just because I like the character of Cho, but they're not making him feel original. They're not making him feel unique. They're just doing.
It just sucks. I'm not gonna lie. It just sucks. And like, how do you write Fin Fang Foom into a book and it sucks? And I'm just kind of like reading this, and I'm just like, this. I just don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Like, does Fox somehow own Fin Fang Foom and I just don't know about it? Is that why you guys are fucking him up? And they got Hulk somehow in a bad deal? I mean, are you guys selling off Hulk pretty soon?
Seriously, I can't recommend it. I'm giving this book a 4, and that's mostly just because of the art. Frank Cho delivers as usual.
I'd almost say that, the art makes the book worse for me because I like looking at it, and then I'm disappointed by everything I read.
Ouch.
And, it's like it's like you made this, like, this looks like a very realistic turd. I would almost not touch this turd because it looks that realistic.
It's like, yeah.
I mean, it's a very beautifully drawn turd. But it's a turd.
But it's still a turd.
I'd say it's down at like a 2. I'd say let's just cancel the book entirely and give Frank
Bruce
Cho
back.
something pretty to write.
Now let's talk for a second.
Something pretty to, something good to write, draw.
Let's talk for a second. I want Hulk back on the Avengers.
Yeah, why wouldn't he be?
I
Like you
want
said,
Hulk
this
back.
Hulk should have been on the Young Avengers.
If they're gonna keep him like that, I want him on the Young Avengers. If you could do
Spider Hulk.
If you can do a Avengers team, who will be on your squad?
On my squad?
Yes.
Of
You
Avengers
get
team.
7 characters. Go.
Young or just regular?
Regular.
Okay, regular Avengers.
Okay.
I would put. Shit, I don't want him to be ultra OP.
Well, let's do. Well, here's my thing. I have the thought in my head right now.
Okay, yeah. Go
Give
ahead.
me the big 3.
Okay, so Tony, Iron, and Cap.
Yes. Give me Cap,
And you want
Iron Man,
Steve?
Thor.
You want Steve?
Now
Old
that's
Thor?
getting interesting. Now we're getting interesting. I almost would rather have Falcon.
Oh, really?
I would almost rather have Falcon on the team.
Is it because you feel you could do more with him that
I
hasn't
could
been
do
done
more.
already?
I could do more with him.
Okay.
They're not good with that hasn't been done before.
Now, let me ask you this.
Okay.
Would you begin writing him like Rogers? Would you put him in that team lead tactician state?
I wouldn't write him like Rogers. I would write him because Iron Man will be leading the team, of course. I would write him as the new guy that hasn't really been in this position before, but he has to fight harder than most to earn his position. Like, people don't like him being there. People want the original Cap on the team. I like that idea. I like the idea that he is not the Cap. Okay. And people give him shit for that. That's how they write him in the book. And I like that idea. They did the same thing for Kyle Rayner when he became Hal Jordan. When he became Green Lantern. I would write him kind of like a Kyle Rayner-ish. As in, he's new to this, but he can still hold his own.
That makes sense. I got you.
So Cap, Iron Man, Thor, not Thane.
Not Dane.
Thor.
All right.
Give me. So we got 3 right there. Give me Spider-Man.
Okay.
I wouldn't put Miles on the team.
You're going Peter. You're going Parker.
I would get Parker.
Okay.
Keep Parker. Captain Marvel.
Okay.
Hulk. And Panther. Do we need anybody else?
Let me see.
Oh, hold on. Give me 8. So Panther and Strange.
Okay. I like Strange. I like Strange on the team. Yeah, Strange is good. Okay. I'm trying to come up with a team right now at the same time, though. You have a pretty solid team. I'm
like, do we need anybody else? I don't think we need anybody else.
No, not really.
Shit, I'm leaving out an important one.
Oh.
Vision.
Yeah, Vision just doesn't have anything to do. That's hard. Vision doesn't have anything else to do. Vision doesn't have anything else to do at all. Yeah, see, I can't perfectly put together, because all I can think of, characters that I would want to see on the Avengers, is, I'd like Miss America
Okay.
to be on the Avengers.
Okay.
I think she's an interesting character.
She's a
flesh out.
teleporter.
I'd want Taskmaster, and here's the reason I'd want Taskmaster on the Avengers.
I'm intrigued.
is I want an Avengers team that has to go through some real training. I want an Avengers team that learns to fight together. Like, you remember the X-Men in the old days, Danger Room
Danger
training?
Room.
And, like, you learn to be a better team. Like, I think that's a dynamic that we've gone away from over the past few years, where we just put characters... Like, and that's one of the problems with the current all-new Avengers. Like, you guys don't fight together.
Right.
This should be a circus.
Right.
You know, you guys doing this all in the field doesn't make sense. And they don't cover training anymore.
Yeah.
It's one of the reasons I'm a Dragon Ball Z fan. Is because they go over the idea and concept of you're not just going to
just
show up to a fight and beat
just
the
fight.
next guy. You
I
know
can
what I
agree
mean?
with that.
There will always be somebody out there better than you, and you can't get away from practice. Well, some of my old favorite Justice League episodes are the ones where, you know, like Jon Stewart's pushing for them to practice.
Yeah.
You know, Batman's pushing them for, we need to work as a team. And like Superman's like, well, I just take hits, and I'm going, shut up.
But that's why,
You
and
know?
those two, why I say Jon Stewart is important. Jon Stewart's important because he thinks like that.
Yeah.
He's the only member of the team that's like, hold up, we're a team. He fucking leads a squadron in the army. So it's like in the military. So it's like, it makes sense for him to be like, no, we need to do this. I don't see how Jordan doing that. He's too cocky.
Yeah.
He's too, I can do this shit
He's
by myself.
a solo flyboy.
Yeah, he's a solo flyboy.
Yeah.
You need that dude on the team that's like, look, we need to focus, because the Justice League are too big-headed. They're too big-headed. They think they can take over everything. They think they can do anything. You need that member of the team that's like, look, we need to focus. We need to work as a team. So I definitely agree with that.
Yeah. But that's one of the reasons I would like, and I think Taskmaster's kind of underutilized for his.
I
for
can't
his
disagree with that.
overall
Taskmaster's
power
my
set.
favorite.
So I think bringing him over, especially because kind of like the idea of Deadpool, where he isn't necessarily a villain. Taskmaster's
merc.
in it for the money.
He's a merc.
And, you know, with the current stuff, you know, Deadpool going around, you can almost write in Taskmaster being hired on by Deadpool to make some of the other Avenger teams better. You
My
know
dude
what I
said
mean?
penance. Penance? Wow.
I like the idea of throwing Karnak on there.
So no
That's
speedball?
dope.
I like
That's
Karnak on the team. So not speedball,
I like
but
Karnak.
penance.
Yeah.
Okay.
I like
okay.
Karnak because I think Karnak.
I like Karnak. What the fuck is the next issue?
You know what? Oh, you know how? All right, I'm going back to episode 1 of this show.
Okay.
Episode 1, topic 1.
Okay.
What if Karnak became the next Iron Fist?
I remember us talking about that. I like it. Unfortunately, I like Danny Rand. Danny's that dude. I'm a Danny Rand fan.
I think it would be.
I like
interesting.
Danny.
Here's what I'd want to take. I'd want to take Danny on a what was that? What was that series that Thor had where he fought the God Eater?
That was the first issue of the reboot.
The reboot. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want him to get a series like that without the Iron Fist. Because you know he still knows martial arts. He's trained for life.
Yeah.
Like, I want to see him fight his way back in power. Like, take him out to, like, the 8 cities of Kunlun or 9 cities of Kunlun. Take him out there. Give me the mystical. Take him out of the normal city environment, all that stuff. And give me raw martial arts Danny. And then have somebody else holding the Iron Fist. But not him fighting back for the Iron Fist. Him just going at, like, you don't have the power anymore. So you've got to work harder. You've got to fight better because you're not going to just stop being a superhero.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Find that eternal chi that's yours.
Right.
You know,
I
and
see
give him
Karnak-
that hardcore thing.
I see Karnak stealing the Iron Fist power away from him. Like Danny Rand goes there to his temple, and then all of a sudden, like he tries to do the Iron Fist, he doesn't do it, and Karnak has it now.
Yeah.
and then Karnak just gives it back to him. Because Karnak will be like, nah, like he sees the flaw in everything. So he's like, you know what? I don't need this power, but I just wanted to show you that I could take it from you. and that makes Danny want to train harder. Danny's like, fuck that shit. I'm Iron Fist. Like, there's so much.
The
they can do
flaw
with this
is the
character.
power is not really yours.
Exactly. See, you see, we should be writing this shit. Anyways, I just like the whole concept of Iron Fist. I'm scared for the show because I'm just kind of like, this could be great or fucking horrible.
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
Fucking horrible. Real quick, Zufu posted, what about, is it time for a Ghost Rider reboot? They did reboot him, and they made him a Mexican drag racer. I'm not a fan of it.
Ronnie, what is it? Ronnie Reyes or something?
Ronnie Reyes, something like that.
Ronnie Reyes.
I don't give a fuck.
Man.
To me, Ghost Rider is Johnny Blaze. Johnny Blaze is Ghost Rider. They try to give Danny Ketch.
Yeah, and you don't take him off the bike. The bike
The bike is the whole.
The bike is so symbolic.
Well, yeah. Well, people like there wasn't like Flaming Skull motherfuckers until Ghost Rider. Like he was like the first. So it's like that's symbolic. Like I've always. This is just my thing. And you guys who are watching and posting, please feel free to like tell me what you think. I've always thought it would be cool to have a Defenders team that focused on like all the monsters in the Marvel universe. I wanted Ghost Rider on the team because we need a guy that knows about demons. Mm-hmm. I wanted Blade on the team.
Okay, nice.
Because Blade knows about vampires, things that
And
go
he's
bump in the night.
underutilized.
He's completely. Well, they're doing that relaunch where it's going to be his daughter, and I'm just like, no.
I don't want that.
No.
That's no good.
Marvel, you don't have to turn characters into females. It makes sense for X-23 because she's been around forever.
And especially, because you had a character that was overused. This is a character who's
completely underused.
You know, he doesn't need to change. He just needs some good storylines.
He just needs great storylines. But I wanted Blade.
Okay.
I wanted Namor. I don't know if I can keep Namor though. I wanted him because I wanted one original member of the Defenders.
And I was gonna say, why do you want a headless guy?
So instead of Namor, give me Namora.
Well, do you want just the head?
No, I'll just take Namora.
Okay.
She
has a head.
Instead of Hulk, give me She-Hulk.
Okay.
Give me Shoki. Give me Shulk. Or A-Bomb. Or Red Hulk.
A-Bomb ain't there no more.
Oh yeah, A-Bomb's gone. Okay. Or Red Hulk. I'll take him
Hulk's
too.
Gone too.
Oh yeah, Red Hulk's gone too. Okay, give me She-Hulk.
Yeah,
give me She-Hulk.
Jennifer.
Jennifer. And give me, instead of Doctor Strange, give me Clea.
Okay.
I'll take Clea instead. And just have them be that group that goes out. And I was going to have Nighthawk too, but he's already on the team. But have them just be the team that goes out and fights monsters and occult shit. Like, to me, that makes sense because Marvel has a lot of shit that's going on regarding, like, monsters. And let's be honest, Howling Commandos of S.H.I.E.L.D. is going to get canceled. Like, no one's reading that fucking shit. And, but I like the idea of it. Right. And just keep it, but make it more serious, and just do the Defenders.
I'd want to take the other Mystic off the team. Take off Clea for no reason. Okay. And put on Night Thrasher.
Night Thrasher's dead.
Is he?
Yes.
Are you reading Contest of Champions?
Oh! They brought back Night Thrasher.
You didn't read that. You didn't read that book. Oh my God!
I haven't read it yet.
Dude.
They brought back Night Thrasher.
There is a part in that alone. There's like bro,
Night Thrasher,
bro.
Night
skateboard and all.
Okay. I'm there for the skateboard. I'm there for the skateboard.
They do some godlike writing. I'll have to show you a scan after this. I'll show you.
I'm there for the skateboard. I'm like, I will only accept Night Thrasher if he has the skateboard.
Yes, yeah,
If he has the skateboard, I'm there.
Yes,
okay,
he has a skateboard.
I'm fucking with it.
We didn't reinvent Night Thrasher at all. Alright? This is Night Thrasher from the last time he was the New Warriors.
Oh, no. Where's Rage? Give me Rage back. Now I need Rage. You have Night Thrasher? Give me Rage. Give me Rage. I want Rage.
Yeah, it's a little too OP, man. A little too OP. But we talked about it a little earlier. There is a new Wasp incoming. She's just not released yet. Sorry, I gotta jump to the last book.
Yeah, let's get on.
We are running into that 2-hour time frame, and that is Injection. I brought this book up a little bit ago. Mm-hmm. This is issue number 2. It's still a good book. It's interesting. Like I said, it has a very kind of Sherlock Holmesy vibe. with some action into it. It's a Warren Ellis book.
It's Warren Ellis.
So you know it's gonna be good.
Yes.
All in all, I just say pick it up. It's an interesting read. It's been fun so far. Like I said, they're only 2 books in.
Anything Ellis I fuck with. He is one of the few writers that can write something that make you just go, God damn.
Yeah.
God damn. And this book is a good interpretation of that. I'm liking what Image is doing. They're taking a lot of chances with books. They're letting a lot of people are jumping ship to Image, man. A lot of people.
freedom. I mean, having to write your movies towards, having to write your books towards movies is not the most comfortable thing. I mean, you have a lot more freedom in a book, I think.
Well, the cool thing about Image is that you can write whatever you want and you get 100% rights. One of the things that's shitty about Marvel and DC, you can write something awesome. You can create something great, and if they make a movie out of it and make millions off of it, you get nothing. Great example. Look at Guardians of the Galaxy. That team wouldn't have existed if it wasn't for DNA. If it wasn't for Dan Abnett and Andy Lanning. They got nothing for that. They got nothing. Fabian Nicieza gets nothing for Deadpool. He gets nothing from this movie. Like, he gets no money. So all you can do is just say, "Hey, I created this guy."
This is the kind of movie he would have retired off of. And like, all right, guys, I don't need to do nothing else in my world.
Seriously.
Yep,
So shout out to Image. But
yeah, that is the weekly wrap up for the most part. In closing, go see Deadpool. Wade Wilson will hunt you down. If you know anything about the character, he has nothing but time. He won't die. Can't kill him. See his movie. He will thank you for it personally.
Go watch it. I've seen it. I've seen it 3 times already. And it's fucking amazing. It's that good.
I see it tomorrow. So. I'm a Deadpool fan, so I know that it'll be good. As you can see, we Deadpool in here.
But I said it a long time ago. It's like a Deadpool movie could be great or fucking horrible, and it's not fucking horrible. Like,
that's good.
Fox is back, y'all. Like, Marvel gotta look out. Like,
I don't know if I would say Fox is back. I mean, they got a lot of making up to do. Fox is like 25%.
They do.
Because that Fantastic Four movie
if
put
they
them in
keep
the negative.
you gotta watch the movie. Once you watch it, you're gonna agree with what I said. And if they keep going this route with it, they'll be in competition.
Yeah.
Because
from what you're saying, I almost think they probably should have released that Apocalypse movie first.
that's what I'm saying.
Deadpool.
Because if they go the rated R route with their films from here on out, dude, they would do good. They would do fucking good because people will be interested.
No.
Like Deadpool's proven that.
I want to see Magneto rip Apocalypse's spine
Just
out.
rip a dude in half. Just like nigga.
Separated. All right. But yeah, episode 9 completed, man.
Yes, sir.
So thank you everybody for tuning into the weekly wrap up. It's your boy Phony Toast with the most.
TASK Task 1.
And we are out. Y'all have a good one.
You too.
See Deadpool.
Do it.